This has been one hell of an experience. Have a look at that. Changing the garden. Red little seeds down there. Into the little bush. You can see inside. Enjoy the family. Yeah, guys, let's visit. Picking up his pictures. Randomly just come up. Yeah, we're getting his ticket to go back to Tokyo for the night in the hotel. We'll be editing all this possible. Do try turning the kids on. We'll do that last Monday.
I'm with a cold sweat.
Hot sweat, mate.
You said this were going home with you.
600 quid, wasn't it?
Oh, how much? Hey, oh, did you hear that?
No.
You said 600. We're having that as a first time thing.
20 seconds.
Right, if I bid again, are you going to bid any more?
He's
got that stone cafe Chinese balls on it.
10, 9,
Well done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But then, do you not get? If you get a swipe, do you not? Does it not start to build up down? I had to do it.
You've eaten everything I've ever built on a slope, mate. And there you are.
And we're here. Sorry, guys, we was a couple of minutes, maybe a minute or so late there. Me and Rick were having a natter and a chat, and I. Hang on.
Putting the world to rights, weren't we?
Yeah, I was just adjusting the volume on my phone continuously. Then that had just drained my battery. Yeah, we're just having a natter, and then I realised that we should have actually gone live already. Good evening to you all. Thank you very much for joining us again this week. We have a couple of topics that we can have a natter and a chat about. But obviously, first of all, Rick, got to say it, mate. I did have a little bit of a watch this you're tired, mate. You're done it. Get a few beers down you, and then you'll be right. You'll be on top form. But I did have a watch of the live stream today, just before you went live. And I've got to say, mate, as in live with the auction, I've got to say the polytunnel, mate, that is looking pretty mint. And I think I will say it looks like the best one that you've done yet.
Yeah, it's
By which I
definitely
mean,
the best. We
it's
spent a
sort of
lot
like
more
how
time.
taut you've got it and everything. It looks
Yeah.
proper smart. Looks
We
a
spent
good
a lot
job.
more time. I suppose you learn every time you do them. You learn from your mistakes, didn't you? So we made sure we had all the hoops. The trouble is, we quite often use recycled hoops and whatever, so it's a nightmare to get them all.
So it's all
the same.
fully brand new then.
So all the hoops. So we rather than we were going to buy the complete polytunnel, but it was I don't know $5,500 or whatever. But we've managed to do it for I don't know maybe 1,500 quid less by just buying the separate bits. But that obviously leads into not having the right bits. So yeah, so we've done. I don't know, maybe that's the 12th tunnel I've done. So yeah, you learn each time you do it. But yeah, if you don't get the hoops right, and even doing that one, depending on which side we put the hoop in first, because you've got to compress them into the blocks.
Yeah.
If you don't do them all the same way round in terms of which side goes in first, the hoop's slightly different in the way it compresses.
So you get it.
You start getting
one way or the other.
Yeah, so you might get four sort of where you're going down the centre line with the thing, and then suddenly the fifth one's off whack, and you're like, "What is going on?" And it's just where you put it in the opposite way round. So as you compressed it, it's slightly lent to one way, which then puts the whole. Yeah, so it's one of those.
Well, when you were looking down it, and Vince were filming down it straight on, it actually looked bob on, man, all the way through. It looked good.
It's not bad, but it's one of those. It's the sheet of plastic was 400 meters squared or whatever. So when the wind, when the breeze catches it,
yeah, that's not. I mean, I know, mate, because I've had a bit of a play with. We use the same stuff for covering up the ponds with, because obviously it keeps a lot of heat in. And we were telling you about that new one that they brought out, which is a thermal insulated one or something. It's supposed to be thicker and it's supposed to keep more heat in.
Yeah, we always use the Thermo 720. So that's
it.
Yeah, so that's something we've been using for years. But it matters which way around you put it. So it works a certain way around. But yeah, that size bit of plastic hung up in the air, it takes the slightest breeze, and it is.
And we only got some. I think it were 7 meters by whatever it was in the width, and we were doing it. We were cutting 6 foot by 6 foot off of it. So we were taking 6 foot off and then unfolding it and then cutting it again and cutting it again and cutting it again. And the amount of times, even with just the slightest breeze, that blew off down garden was, a bit of a. So I hate to think what it would like to try with something of that size to get it all over and cover it all up.
Yeah, that's the biggest. There's a couple.
Did you film that bit? Did I miss it?
I don't think we do, because there's only 4 of us, and it was like we've got a window. Let's go. And to be fair, it's short by 6 inches, 4 inches on the width for where we wanted it. And I don't quite. We're still arguing about how that's occurred.
Oh dear.
Not arguing, but it's just we thought we were way oversized, and somehow we're now short. And it's like, what? And I think it's to do with obviously the depth you put the poles down into the blocks and whatever. Although we cut a foot off the tunnel to drop it into the existing height of the building, we could have perhaps dropped it a bit more. We didn't want to make because the walkway's so high, we wanted to make sure there's headroom. Yeah,
so that central bit that you're walking down now, between the ponds, is that are you going to be when you have it all done and finished? Is the walking height going to be at the level of the ponds, like you've got the other?
Yeah. So you'll be on top of it, like
so
in Japan.
You'll be like 3.5 foot higher up than the actual.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, you walk down across the top of the filters. So it'd be it's just the best way of utilising space if we can.
Have you seen this? Rick wanted 7 meters. Sean ordered 9. We needed 10.
I don't know. Honestly, it's one of those. Normally pretty good. I'm not great at ordering the bits, but yeah, the trouble is because we were trying to, like, one of the companies, you have to order every nut and bolt. So every clamp and every bolt and every nut, everything's ordered separately. So by the time I finished, I had like 720 items in my basket, and it come to such a price. It's like, this can't be right just for doing the sides. This isn't even the polytone. This was just for the frame to do the sides. So I went on to another company, and then it all comes in packs, and there's 6 in this pack, and then a single joiner actually turns up as a pair of joiners. So I've now got twice as many.
Oh shit!
Joiners. Yeah. It says single aluminium joiner, £8 each for a little. But a single joiner actually
that just be a piece. That'd be tubular that you can push one into another, and it overlaps it, kind of thing.
A solid piece of aluminium just slots into the bars that holds the railing around the outside. Simple enough.
Joiners.
It's one of them, mate. Everything we've done has been a metre too short, a metre too long, doubled up. Yeah, but to be fair, I think we'll do it for less than the £7,500 I jokingly said we'd do it for. It's going to be tight.
I mean, it would have been a lot less tight if you'd not doubled up on everything you didn't need.
It's only a few bits.
It's only a few bits. There's 36 one there.
But yeah, when you think of the 130 ton of water it's going to hold in there, and the size of it, it's I know people that spend £7,500 on one drum filter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, I mean, and end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, of what you're going to do, what you're going to achieve with all that, it's relatively cheap for what you've done in it. Some people would literally spend that on a single filter.
It's just revamping stuff, so it's harder work. If we'd started from scratch, it's kind of easier. It's a lot more work to build the ponds and whatever. But when you're trying to revamp something that was in that kind of state.
And have you had to do it to keep it within the umbrella of what was originally there? So let's say if you had a 3.6 meter high shed, you've had to keep the polytunnel.
We've kept everything that's inside the original.
So it's within so then you won't have to get new planner out like that for it. Is that the reason behind that?
There's no reason or issues, because we've the usage is the same and it's within the same.
Yeah.
We're not higher, we're not wider,
so to speak.
Yeah. So there is no planning from that side of it, just because it's exactly the same, just different skin in it.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned. But yeah, it's just one of those. You don't want to go do something new, because then you have to go down the whole rigmarole planning and all the rest of it.
Yeah, and then again.
So, and it was there. I mean, it was one of those, and we just repurposed an old shed with ponds.
And are you gonna stick one to the opposite side then? When Vince jokingly said, "Don't worry, it will look absolutely mint down here when that one's next to it." Are you going?
It kind of is the plan, because it's the 4 ponds.
Are you trying to get more stuff indoors?
Well, yeah, it makes it. You just gain. You almost, by being in a polytunnel, you almost double your growing season.
Yeah, and
that's different.
Damages and everything else from predators and such, won't you?
But the trouble is, when you've got 12 polytunnels or whatever, it means one needs replacing every year at least, because they don't last.
I didn't want for like storm damage type things.
Storm damage, ripping, storm damage, whatever. There's always, it's not ideal, is it? We build the farm in Israel next time. A lot warmer, but then you can't win, can you? It's just the market's here for the fish, but the weather isn't conducive to produce the fish. So,
well, it is, but not as quickly.
Yeah,
you can't get that size and that body into them, can you? Like you can with the wall.
It's not just that, is it? At the end of the day, without those temperatures, you can't get the colour as easily. The health of the fish isn't as good. Looking after the fish is harder. So yeah, it's no surprise in Japan, every glass house that's got fish is warm, isn't it?
Yeah, even when you're there in middle of winter, they're still warm, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just you just don't let them go cold. Certainly with the younger fish, it's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah,
but we do and die. Yeah, so yeah, we managed to get it. We took that window and it was almost perfect. So close to being perfect. Just sure.
9 inch. What's 9 inch between friends?
Yeah, but to be fair, we got the materials. There was wood going around anyway, and so it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. It will do its thing.
It certainly will. Are you going to go air source heat pumps in there, or maybe 1 or 2? I mean, that's a big ass space to try and do anything with just one, isn't it?
Yeah, there probably going to be multiple ponds in it, so and they'll be for different reasons. So we'll have a couple of air source heat pumps for ponds that will be growing fish for the winter, and obviously the residual heat from them will keep other ponds warmer for fish that are being stored. We'll work out one way or another. It just needs to house the towside, because at the minute, like I said, 27 ponds of towside all over the place. That it's difficult. It's difficult to manage that many ponds in that many different places through the winter. But the plus side is, if there's a problem, it doesn't just go from one pond to another.
Yeah,
So it's I
Rick,
think to be honest, I think what will happen is that will become full of towside over winter, and that's the main job for it. And we'll still have 27 other ponds across the farm with towside over winter, because the more belts and braces you have,
it's inevitable, though, isn't it? When now you've got more space, you'll fill that space, and then still.
Yeah, we always had it before as well, so we've. I think people's perceptions are perhaps wrong. I mean, the farm's probably 100 ponds smaller than it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we're expanding again. It's like you just go through these cycles. You go crazy. You get the space. You do whatever. You realise you can't look after that space as you want to with the staff you've got and whatever. And then stuff.
Yeah, so you back off a little bit.
Some stuff you just have to say, well, we'll just shut that down for the period and do something else. And yeah, you can't help but expand, but actually you can do a lot with a small amount of space, well managed. Yeah. But it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And resources. So I don't know.
Keep you busy, mate.
It's a monster tunnel. There's no doubt about it.
It is. And it looks well. And Vince is saying there 12, possibly 13 ponds that you're going to be getting inside it as well. Which is that's a lot. And what you right then question for them, what you think in filtration systems?
Well,
I know you're having all the chambers that you're making, aren't you? For like
every pond will have every pond's gonna have a meter cube settlement chamber directly linked to a plug, so we can just dump, and then a meter cube bio chamber, and then the bigger ones can have added external filtration beyond that. So even from that point of view, that's 24 meter cube filter chambers.
Yeah.
So
still a lot more block work to do then.
Yeah, it says 12 cubic meters of filter media we've got to find.
On the outside of the poly, I noticed it looked like somebody done some very nice walling, and then it stopped. But is that some ply sheeting or something?
That's where the original. We took over the insulated turkey hatchery or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was obviously all solid walls, whatever. So when we built the ponds in there, it's fine. But the concrete floor gave way on one of the ponds. So the entire wall went, as well as the floor and everything. And the fish, the whole work, shabam, gone.
Oh, my God.
So the whole side of the shed blew out. And it wasn't, we presumed it was our wall, but actually when we got down to it, it was the entire concrete floor just sheared off and the whole lot went. So that was issue one with it. And then obviously everything started rotting out when it started leaking, and you got massive amounts of woodwork and hot damp air. It just
they just don't last long, do they?
No. So that's why that section's I've had to, so the wall, we rebuilt the pond further in on the base, and I've had to put the pillars in, which aren't great, onto
to support it, like you had on your old original Munger tunnel, where you had your post.
Just to make it the polytunnel itself work. But it's like when I see, if you built something from scratch, you wouldn't do it like that. But you've got a scenario where you got 70% of the walls are all in place. You've just got to either redo the wall or the pillars to suit. We chose pillars, but to be fair, we were going. We were all organised to do it with driving in scaffold bars to put the poles onto, but it's only when we started doing it we found the footings.
Richard's just gone. Literally took my next question. How many wheelie bins are you going to have to order then?
Well, there'd be none in there to start with because it's all underground filtration.
Oh,
but
going all Japanese style with post-it.
Yeah, we've got
things that you just pull out, whoosh, wash it all away.
Yeah, so that's already in, or will be in. The wheelie bins will become showers if we use them, because at the end of the day, I can spend 400 quid on a shower, or I can spend 40 quid on a wheelie bin that does exactly the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing, mate. For the simplicity side of it, if you ever need to move it, you just tip it up on its side and wheel it away, don't you?
Yeah. So we'll worry about the filtration as and when it's running, in terms of added filtration and whatever. Because
now, are you going to go for your usual type liner, or are you going to line them all out with?
They'll all be done on. They'll all be done on.
Some of that you can make use season after maybe 2 seasons replace, kind of.
They'll last 10 years. The liners that are in there lasted 10 years, 12 years. They only get damaged by physical idiots with stones in their boots or herons stabbing or whatever. So yeah, a silage sheet in that type of scenario will last. Those ponds were still holding water. We only ever lined them once in 2000.
Oh damn! So they've
2010. So
yeah, so they does last a long time then. Yeah.
Yeah, they have, especially where there was the black sheeting doesn't really get affected by sunlight or whatever. So it is.
So unless you get somebody like Vince slipping on his ass with a Stanley knife in his back pocket.
Yeah. Or me or anyone else. You'd be amazed how many times someone falls in with a pole or I don't know. It happens, doesn't it? But in reality, yeah. For that, we could do that entire tunnel for 300 quid.
Oh, we're just going to tell you if somebody I knew where you could get some liners from. Like, you know, if you needed any Boxwell liners, there's this guy called.
That's all over it. Yeah. It's one.
And if you use the GKP discount code, you'd have got an extra 10% off of it.
I might be having a look there, wouldn't I? I don't think I better lift the liners in there. It's one of those things, isn't it? I know it can look rough, but it allows us to sell fish at a price.
It's not. I'm not. No, I wouldn't have said it looked rough, mate. At the end of the day, just if you get it all folded in and do it in nice and neat, it looks as good as any normal liner, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the whole way we do stuff is done for the minimal cost, for the maximum
on a budget, in a sense.
But that is farming, and anyone that says different, right. you only change that element of farming when you become like Dinecia, when you've got millions and millions of pounds coming in.
Yeah,
you make it look nice, and then it's just different. Yeah, you can spend. Like I say, we've got customers that have spent over 100 grand on a pond, and you're like, but you've got as many issues with that 100 grand pond as we've got.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, I mean, just because it's expensive doesn't necessarily always make it better, does it? I mean, I've said this and I've said it a few times. How many times you drive down motorway in your banger and see a brand spanking new Audi, Mercedes, or BMW with hazard warning lights on? So,
it's also how you look at it. There's so many elements to it that, if we can do what we do for the budget we do and produce the fish that we can then sell at a price that's competitive, because at the end of the day, if our fish were dearer than the Jack ones, we wouldn't sell them, would we? There's a reason we sell a lot of fish, and it's because they're priced in a particular way.
Reasonably cheap.
Yeah. But that's,
I mean, mate, that's your way of business, isn't it? That's you. That's how it is. That's how you do it. So that you do it and you do it.
Thing, is it? I'd love to be Dinecia or whatever, where you can do an auction and bring in £2 million on one auction and go, I'm putting your glass house over there and whatever. that's a different world, isn't it? And that's just it's not just from the quality of fish; it's where it's built in so many different ways.
Yeah,
that they are at that point, and it's like the Ferraris of this world or whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah,
the level of fish we produce will go up and has done for 30 years, and people can come and get some amazing fish from us at some amazing prices. I'm not saying all our fish are amazing, because they're certainly not.
Oh, God, you ruined it right at end. I was just going to say, for once, he's giving himself a good pat on the back, and then at right at end he went, and then
no, but I'm just honesty, isn't it?
Well, yeah, mate, to be fair, mate, nobody could never accuse you of being anything other than that, to be fair. I mean, one of the first things you turned around and said was, that fish is bent. Today, that fish is bent. And I was like,
yeah.
I mean, you got to blame the two that were putting it in the bowl in the first place and not to have noticed that. But yeah, as long as it's a day's long, mate.
It was a nice little fish, wasn't it? But yeah,
it was. Yeah.
I don't know. It was definitely bent. That's it, isn't it?
He's faking hard work sometimes. Vince, I would love to come down there and do a selection of some fish, and not big them up, because at the end of the day, mate, they don't. If you pick the right fish, they don't need bigging up. The fish should sell themselves. A nice chat or talk about that fish and what you think it's going to do. But I would like to see you get a bit more for them, mate, because a lot of stuff that you do, I mean, you've got some nice fish, mate. You really have got some nice fish down there, some belted stuff. And again, then you've got stuff that suits all budgets, which makes it what it is.
But we've also got to remember we're a farm, so those fish coming in at dealers, they've already gone 4 people's hands before they've got to the dealers you've seen. So those fish from the farm,
I suppose, yeah, really, mate. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're the star, aren't you? So your prices are really governed about what
the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
With a whole bit of string.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it is. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when we get a spawning right and we have
I think so too.
the right fish, then people should be jumping all over us.
But when you say when Andrew's saying there, his fish are too cheap at times. The thing is, when he puts them up and he puts them up on an auction, and he'll turn around and say, right, this fish is going up there for this price. You can watch the auction and you can watch them cap, because they always do. They'll go to a certain point and then it goes stagnant, and nobody bids no more. But everybody says out of the auction, these fish are too cheap. But yet you're all not prepared to put your finger or your hand in your pocket to go that little bit deeper for it.
But that means they're not too cheap in my head. That means that's the going rate, isn't it?
Is it? Or is that because we're traditional Englishmen and are as tight as a duck's ass, which is watertight, and don't want to spend too much if we can? The majority of us.
I think people will spend the money if it's difficult, isn't it? I mean,
I've seen your fish go for good money and you going, whoa, that's too much, that's too much, that's too much. That's the first time I've ever heard anybody selling something that says, I don't want no more money, keep it. Go back 200. Let's stay there. That was the right price. If 2 people, 3 people, 4 people like that fish, why can't they just keep bidding it and going for it?
Because I'd rather them not be disappointed if they feel they paid too much further down the line for a fish that I feel wasn't worth that much. It's difficult, isn't it? Yeah. Like I say, we're the whole line of, and I think the farms in Japan are starting to do it more so from COVID, and now all the auctions. So the farms in Japan only ever really used to sell to the agents, to the dealers, to the trade. So these fish are 50 quid, and then they see them being sold for 400 quid on a website in another country or whatever, and they must be like, oh, now they're selling them fish through auctions almost direct to buyers. So they're seeing those fish go for a lot more money to them, maybe the same money to the person at the other end, but they're cutting out more and more of those middlemen, as it were, which you can't. The industry needs the agents and the dealers, but you do see the farm selling more and more fish almost directly, didn't you?
Yeah.
The amount of auctions that the big farms do now is crazy. They're literally, and it's not difficult to get onto those lists. You either need one person or a license yourself, and you're on there buying those fish. So everything changes, doesn't it? It's just, if you like it, you think it's the right money, buy it.
That's it, mate. That's what I think. If you think, like, you see a fish and you think, yeah, I like that. If you're happy to pay 40 quid for it, pay 40 quid for it. If you're happy and you like that fish, but you think, you know what, I think that fish is worth 150 quid. So why not go for that fish if you want to do and keep bidding at it? I mean, if you like it and it's going to grace your pond and make you happy, and you can afford to, what difference does it make?
It doesn't.
Does that really mean that fish is worth 140 quid, 200, 300, 400, 500, whatever it might be? Or does it really mean that's what it's worth to you if you're prepared to pay for it?
It's a knowledge game, isn't it? The more knowledge you got, the more power you got, the more information.
See, that's the way that you look at it, though. You're looking at you look at it like that, in the sense of, I know there's a flaw with that fish, and that image doesn't leave your head. So there, that fish then has a price which you cap it at because of X, Y, or Z. Whereas most people that are looking at fish don't even know it even had that flaw until you go, well, it's
my job to point it. It's my job to point it out, isn't it? Just be aware.
You say it's your job. Technically, as a farmer, if you was and you were moving it on, but as a salesman, no, it's not your job. As a salesman, you sell it for what you can get for it. But I get where you're coming from the other side too.
Yeah, we've always done it. Even if the fish go to the shop and someone comes in, I want a kajaku. You go, someone will they'll pick one. But you go, hang on, you pick this one, this one, this one, this one. Put them all in a bowl together, and then start eliminating.
I like it when you do this, mate.
And it's like, but that way you end up with the best fish that's available for that kind of budget.
Yeah.
Whether you can choose which one you like, but you can just say, well, this has got this fault, or this is this, and this is that. What do you want to achieve from it? Because someone might want the prettiest pattern, someone might the biggest. There's different. They want different stuff from them as well. So once they're all in a bowl together, you can say, well, this one's going to grow bigger. This one's got the better skin. This one's got this. This one's got a fault with that. But if you don't worry about the penny, whatever it is, hopefully the person walks out the shop with the best fish
that they wanted for that one.
It might not be the best fish.
It might not even be the best fish out of those 5 that you pulled out.
No, but it's the one that suits.
It's the best fish that they wanted.
Yeah. That's got to be better, isn't it?
There's a statement. Not everyone would do that, though. To be fair, honest and keep your integrity, as we all know that we all know some. And then we've got there Philip King. Oh, Ryan's are too expensive. New Forest just right.
Yeah, but there's a big difference as well. I'm not.
No. I was literally just going to say the same thing. First of all, right, the thing you have to remember, Philip, is they're not Ryan's. Ryan hadn't bred them. Ryan hadn't produced them. Ryan went over there, hand selected them, picked them, and brought them back. And he paid a price for them. And he's got to do his overheads and his costing just the same as Rick, but in a different manner and in a different format to what Rick does. Rick does it by producing them, growing them on, and then selling them. Ryan flies over to Japan, finds them, purchases them, brings them back, and finds a market to sell them. So he's at the opposite end of the scale of what Rick was just saying he's at the beginning of, and the middle, and the end. So it's not so much that don't get me wrong. I won't deny it. The Japanese fish are a lot more expensive, and to me, they're a lot more expensive than what I would like to see. But that's because I wouldn't like to pay that kind of money. But I mean, I work with it. So although they are more expensive, you are paying for a different quality. And Rick, we're just going to say exactly that same thing.
I'd have to say at the minute, Ryan's probably bringing in the best small, high quality koi of a wide range of varieties of anyone. You've only got to look at what he's done at the 90 fish at the All Japan show or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a lot of investment, a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill, but it also puts the fish in a different price bracket.
Yeah.
To other stuff, isn't it? But they don't not all high end stuff. There's stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it doesn't necessarily mean that those fish are too expensive. They're too expensive for some people's budget, and I can agree with that, mate, 100%. They're too expensive for my budget. But that doesn't make
the cheaper ones. To be honest, there'll be a crossover with some of his cheaper ones and my what I deem my better fish. You might end up paying more for mine than you will for Ryan's. Whether those fish after a year or two, that's
better as the other. Which
you know, my best fish I sold a Sankey today on one of the auctions that I've got a feeling could become an absolute world beater for 100 quid or whatever it went for. But it might turn to a pile of.
That's the thing, though, mate. I mean, we can all think and know by watching it and experience, but there's no definite right or wrong, is there? There might be a chance that Benny all drops off in another 3 months, and it'll look like.
Risk you take with a 10-month-old fish like that. There's for every 10 like that you buy that have got all those qualities, one might shine and become that good fish, and 9 will go wrong one way or another. And when I say go wrong, it just assuming it doesn't develop like you want. The Benny doesn't develop the way on the body. There's so many little things. So that fish for 100 quid in 5 years could be going to shows as an absolute top fish, or it could be sat in someone's pond looking like a Shiramuji. That's cool, isn't it? That's the beauty of it.
That's a good way of putting it. It's the difference between owning an orchard and selling fruit in a shop.
What is this?
That's a pretty good way of putting it, that, mate.
Sir Isaac Newton will disagree. He was in an orchard when the apple fell on his head.
And there's Sarah says there, all that Rick is doing is good customer service and will always get repeat customers, as should all dealers.
To be honest, the way I've always seen it is we're kind of a rung of a ladder. You come into a hobby, when you first see koi and you think, I want to keep koi, and you go somewhere and then you see garden centre fish or our fish at £5, I'm not paying £10 for a fish. And you start keeping them, and then £10, £20, £50, £100. Suddenly, as you go through that, I don't want to spend £1,000 on a Toso. You've gone up through those rungs of understand, and some do and some don't. We're just a part of a big industry, and some people will love us. Some people will come to us and outgrow us. Some people will stick with us for years. It is what it is, and I can't supply high quality Tancho shower. Period. That's the thing, isn't it? If you want a sports car, you can't just sort of go to a general second-hand garage, can you?
No.
I've just called us a garage. Yeah. But stop snoring.
What a dog snoring then?
Dog's snoring her head off.
I was looking around thinking, what's that buzzing noise?
It's snoring over there. Look.
Oh.
Inca, stop snoring. Oh. Not like they've done anything all day.
And that one I would agree with as well. Japanese fish have to be more expensive, though, to cover the cost of flying them around the world. I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah, but
there's a lot into it as well, isn't there? I mean, the same for bringing them back, or bringing anybody that's bringing in fish and importing them and exporting them and all the rest of it. If you're bringing them in you're not just bringing them in, and once you've got them in, then slamming them straight out the door for a profit. If I were to say that we go through 15 to 30 kg, if not more, of koi food a week, and we're feeding Saki Akara, that's a shit ton of food every 12 months. That's a lot of money. And that's just to feed them. On top of that, you've got medications, treatments, salt, electric,
heating and staff.
Yeah. There's a lot to it, and a lot of people do think that a lot of the fish are expensive, but when you start working out how much food goes into them, how much electric goes into them, heating goes into them, staff to maintain them and look after them, when you start working it all out, there ain't all that much of a margin, really, especially when you've also got to purchase them beforehand to bring them over here to do all that before you even get to set them out the door. It's not just quite as black and white as cheap and expensive.
Some people would say, just breed them here.
They would. Actually, talking of which, mate, we sent somebody, I don't know if he's been in touch yet, but we'll have a word around and ask him who it was. Somebody was asking and asking where they could get stock and stuff from, and we sent it your way over there. So
I've got yeah. Well, I've been informed, but I have not been in the office for minutes. Just literally today doing the WhatsApp. That's the first time I've been in that bit for days. For an hour trying to, and it's not my forte, is it? The technology side of it. I can't find the pictures or the information when I need it, but we did it again. It's good, isn't it? Bit of fun.
Let's have a look at this one, and I am going to go back up through and check out. we've got a koi with a cowboy hat on, riding a motorbike. Question: apologise for what seemed a very silly question, considering you experts in what you do. But what is the best time of the year to be adding koi to your new pond?
We could break that question down. A new pond, as in a brand new pond, would be you have to introduce them at some point, don't you? Otherwise, the new pond stays a new pond forever, doesn't it? You need. This is from a transportation point of view. The colder months are better for doing the fish. Period. But the koi industry revolves around the summer, so. This is the bonkers.
Well, no, you say that the cold period is the best time for moving them, but that's if you're moving them from cool conditions to cool conditions, or heated conditions to heated conditions, because the travel time in between, they're not boiling to death in a bag in the back of a transit van for 11 and a half hours and running out of oxygen and getting there in a state. But if they were being moved winter months, there's less risk that way, for the cooler months. I'd
have to say there isn't a perfect time, to be honest, because if you move them, most of the harvesting is done in the autumn.
Yeah,
and the best time to move them is probably in the autumn. But if you introduce them to a new pond and you have particular health problems, when it's cold, you're going to be struggling to deal with those issues. The winter is potentially the best time to move them, but no one wants to do it for various reasons. And then you come into the spring, it's kind of the most volatile time to do it. So, and the summer's the worst time to transport them. So, going by that, I'd never.
Would you say introducing new fish to a new pond, no stock at all? Mid-spring?
Yeah, it really depends. It would depend on where the stock's coming from. So if they're Jap fish that have been heated and never seen cold water, then no, because if your pond's cold and they've come from warm, then that's not great. If they're fish that are at ambient temperatures, ideal. And if your ambient temperatures say 15 degrees and going to be climbing for the foreseeable, that is probably a great time because
Yeah.
you're in a good window. So yeah, temperature's kind of king. So much of the industry revolves around the summer, but it is just the worst time for moving fish.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, Rick, you'll know yourself, as we do, you don't shift them if it's too hot, do you? If it's too much, going to be too much.
They stop shipments from Japan in early June or whatever, generally, whenever it is, when it gets too hot. Yet the main season for selling fish in this country is
that period.
It's June to September or whatever. When
you see, is that because most people are thinking, you know, I'm going to get out in garden and we'll give that pond a good tidy out. And we'll go out and buy a few new, you know, we'll get 10 new goldfish or 10 new koi or 10 new sturgeon or whatever, and we'll wang them in pond, and then we'll pick some more up next year when they've all died off for a winter.
Yeah, that's the industry, a garden industry. Most people's ponds, 95% of people's ponds are unheated outside in the elements, and the only time you want to be out there dealing with that is
in May, the nice period.
the season is May to September or whatever. That's when you're going to sell fish, because that's when people want to buy fish.
Yeah.
So you have to.
And that's where all those fish that you always say, you know, like when people talk about where do all these fish go?
Herons, warments, kingfishers, grass snakes. Yeah. If personally, I wouldn't actually worry about the time of year. I'd worry about where you're getting them from. And if your pond's ready to take fish and it's at a temperature, and you're buying them from a place that's at a temperature that's the same, then go for it. Everything's got its ups and downs.
Just don't add too many too fast, too quick, as most people do. Most people think, oh, I've just put 10 new fish in, and then straight away that's a massive spike and a big load on your filtration system. And then they think, oh, a week later, look, we can have another 20 in there.
You say that, and what's the dealer do? Where's my tank?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Boxes in there.
150, get in. Off you go. But the difference being, Rick, is you know how, what, where, and when, what needs to be done when you come across those problems. And most of the people don't realize there's a problem in the pond, because most people aren't got a test kit, don't do any scrapes, and then it's the learning curve that they start by going, I'm not, listen, don't think I'm saying, oh, it's what you all do. It's what we've all done. It's what we've all done when we started. You start off with 2 or 3 fish, which turns into 16. Before you know it, you've got 1 or 2 fish dying, and you think, why is my fish dying? So you go to your local place and you get your water tested. You find out your water's off of parameters. Your filter's not big enough to cope with what you've got. So you increase your filtration, and then you think, well, my pond's big enough to stock a few more. So you add a few more in. Next thing you know, you've introduced something into your pond because you didn't go to the same place, which was trusted and reliable. You went somewhere else and you picked up a fish from that tank that had that dodgy looking one in, but you didn't buy the dodgy looking one. And it goes on and on and on until eventually you work your way through it all and learn how to put all these problems right yourself. And then you no longer need to ask questions. But it takes a lot of roads of process to get there. But most people do it by going through all those issues and problems beforehand, don't they?
They did and they do, but less so because the information.
Yeah, now well, that's what I mean. Now we've got this. We've got the internet. It's not like it's new. It did arrive last week in post, but we've got the internet. There's a lot of information out there, isn't there? A lot more.
Like 1995 or something. The first internet thing, wasn't it? It's not that long ago. Was it 95?
Yeah, I suppose really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that long.
I don't know. It's in a generation, isn't it? Within less than a generation. I was told Ezra the other day, I said, well, when I was your age, it didn't exist.
You had an Xbox at his age.
He was like, what? What do you mean? So well, no phones,
they don't believe you, did they?
He's like, what do you mean?
Yeah. What do you mean, internet? Yeah, PCs just have green DOS screen mode, which was green writing on a black screen.
Harley Coy, speak to the person you want to buy fish from, find out what temperature they're at, find out what you're putting, and just go for it. Speak to them. Find the best course of action. Because at the end of the day, we can't give you an answer. Because if you want to buy Israeli fish or Jap fish or English fish, depending on what temperatures they're at and what your pond's at, it's one of those. I don't know.
Yeah. Little bit more information and might be able to tell you if you wanted Depends what you want to do with them, doesn't it? Is it a grow-on pond, or is it a pond you just want to fill with a few pieces and then slowly let them grow, or whatever? Or is it you just
in my head, if you've got a new pond that you set up and it's now running, now's the best time to add some fish because it's a new pond and it's all ready to go. Add some fish. Don't let it run. We've had people that come in on my ponds been running 6 months, just waiting for it to add some fish.
Yeah.
So why you run it for 6 months? Just get some fish in there. But
why is it you get most issues when you add a new fish, Rick?
that's quite self-explanatory, surely, because you're adding a new fish that's going to be coming from a new source, carrying different bacteria, viruses, whatever. And don't take that the wrong way. There's a lot of issues with fish that are not particularly dangerous, but will cause you grief from parasites. Just from there, every single farm in Japan will have a different ecosystem. So you could go out and buy fish from 2 farms in Japan that are happy as Larry, put them together, and the next within a week they're sat on the bottom looking absolutely minging. And you're like, what's going on there? And that's just every time. And we find it, if you move fish from one pond to another with different fish, all from us, they will have reactions. It's just, how many times have people gone on holiday and they go, oh, I got on a plane, got off a plane, and now I'm minging with a cold? Or it's not, 99% of it is not that dangerous. It's not a major problem. It's just they've met different things in their life. So the fish you introduce will have a certain issue going on. It's not a major issue, but it might be carrying a cold virus. It might be carrying a parasite, a type of costio, that whatever it is that those other fish haven't seen. As soon as you put it in,
it might not be the fish
or the
that
opposite
brings
way around.
something, or the fish that gets something from your fish because it's not being exposed to something else.
Yeah. It is that simple, that you're mixing different fish from different places. And even if you buy your fish from one source, that source is buying fish from multiple sources, or even us buying from one source where we got fish from different ponds that can have reactions and whatever. It's almost impossible to put new fish into an environment. And generally, the better the environment you put them in and the more settled the fish are, the less of an issue you have. But yeah, it's almost impossible to. I remember the guy that a lot of our brew stock come from a particular hobbyist, and he had the best pond. He brought the best fish, and every time we put new fish in his pond, he's like, "Oh,
he had problems.
They've all gone pink. They've gone mucousy. They've gone off the food. They're doing this. They're doing that." And it's like, but that's this new fish you've got from Dainichi's.
Well, there's a quick question for the audience that is watching. Have a quick tot up in your head, and how many different places do you think you've got stock in your pond from? I.e., different breeders here in the UK, or different dealers here in the UK, different breeders from Japan, or wherever.
Yeah,
I just sat there thinking, then when you were saying this, thinking, I got fish from here. At least 7 or 9 different places. And then from those 9 different...
It's small. And even from them, you probably could then multiply out to farms or wherever.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And that would make them different again and again. Yeah.
And they will all have a slightly different set of challenges when they've grown up that they've met, be it cold viruses or different types of bacteria, different strains of flukes, everything. And that will all play a part in that sort of that whole ecosystem, your ponds. And you some of the not worst customers, when you get someone that comes in the shop and goes, I've had my pond 30 years. I haven't put a new fish in there for 20 years. They're mint. But I've got to a stage now where I really want some new colourful fish. And you're already like, oh shit. Because that ecosystem's been enclosed for so long that the first new fish that goes in there is going to cause...
Matt spoke about this quite a few times, hasn't he, with a few of his clients.
You just know it is, yeah. But you kind of know that there is going to be a situation. So the best you can say is, well, if you've got a quarantine set up, can you nurse it in and out or whatever? But most people haven't. It's just a case of, you know, my fish have all got
everybody
old.
thinks they're doing the
No
right
red
thing.
fish
You
left.
acclimate your fish for a while, you leave it there, and then you make sure you don't put that water in. You drop your fish in, and 4 days later it's laid on its side.
But that's it just happens, and as soon as you get that closed off environment, those fish will be as happy as Larry, because there is nothing new. There's no new threats or whatever coming in. There's no new issues.
Would you say that that was even worse, Rick, in an environment, let's say, for example, where people were using ozone and they were using like a clinically sterile pond to the point where it's absolutely pristine, everything? Is it more of a risk?
No,
For
because I think
those?
at the end of the day, if you're on that boat, then any sort of potential health problems you're bringing in will also be being dealt with that filtration type system. So it's still quite a clean environment. You might have a knock-on effect, but it'll probably be potentially less. But there is no rhyme or reason to it. Obviously, the varieties of fish make a difference. So if you've got a pond full of ghosties and you put fish in, generally they're not going to bother. But if you've got a pond of ghost sankey that have now lost all their benny and they're old, and they've all come from Sakai Fish Farm 20 years ago, but they're your pride and joy, but they're old and knackered, and you buy a new Dainichi Showa and drop in there, chances are you're going to have such a mighty reaction with those old fish.
Yeah.
And you'll blame the new fish, and
To a degree.
one of those, isn't it? It's just that fish carries what it carries naturally. Those fish have never seen that before. And again, it's not a life-threatening thing in most scenarios, but it's horrible to see, the fish looking unwell, suffering.
Yeah, well, especially when you've just bought it and it's a new introduction to your pond. The last thing you want to see is that fish looking like, oh, that's not doing too good. But it happens, doesn't it? We bring in thousands of fish, and you watch them fish come in and you think, oh, shit, they've looked a little bit better than that. You know, they're starting with a sleeping sickness and you think, oh, shit, they don't look too cracky. And then you see them turn it corner, and then within a matter of weeks, all that's gone and forgotten about because they're thriving like crazy and they're just going absolutely nuts every time you walk in, and all they want to do is just scram food.
Go mental, and you think these fish are absolutely mint, and we're going to put these fish with those fish over in that pond over there, put them in. 2 days later, they're all sat in the corner.
You're back doing the same thing again. Everything's sulking again. You're like, shit, back to square one.
Yeah. You can. It's so easy to stress a fish, bring someone out, and knock it onto the next bunch, backwards or forwards, whichever way round it is. The more knowledge you get, the easier it becomes.
Are you on the dragon soup?
I couldn't get any, Vince. So I've had 2 tins of Relentless on my way home, and now I'm on beer. I was gutted. Yeah, dragon soup's amazing. It's literally illegal stimulants and alcohol in a tin.
Well, I missed out the other night when we were doing auction, and he was sat there. He were getting himself a nice little buzz with his CBD.
Yeah, dragon soup. I mean, how that's legal, mate? I don't. It's just literally a tin of caffeine, taurine, neat alcohol. So they don't even say what type of alcohol's in it. But if you need to pick me up, it's great.
Vince missed it. I typed it in today. I don't know how you drink that crap, man. That Red Bull, mate. I don't know. I mean, I mean, 90% of your blood must be made up of it. I mean, it's not even a nice taste, man. It tastes rank. It's all right with a bit of vodka, because obviously it starts having a different effect on you then. But straight on its own, good stuff.
Well, it's not good. It's the taurine.
I'm saying that I haven't been able to drink it since the last time I had. I think it was 22 Red Bull and vodkas, double Red Bull and vodkas. I was smashed off my tits. But yeah, when I got home, I was pissed. But when I got home, I looked and I could see my chest just going. I was thinking, God damn, man, I'm going to die. And then I went like that. Woke up in the morning with a stinking hangover. But God, I hadn't touched it since then. Stuff's dodgy. I don't know if it's so much the stuff that's dodgy, the fact the amount I drunk of it on that particular evening. But yeah, that was a lot.
Vince does. I reckon he does a litre a day He's like,
Yeah.
he does a lot of Red Bull.
Right, we've got here. We've got 3, we've got 4,
3.
we've got 5, we got 6, we got 4.
Vince, there's no way you got. I'm taking Vince to court for lying.
See there, Lee. I was loving it.
He's still on it. That's why he's watching.
Paul Cunningham says there, good question, guys. A lot more dealers than I thought. However, no losses, so those dealers must be complimented. Yeah. There you go.
That's the thing, isn't it?
When
So
you
if you're
think
buying
about it, you start working out. You've got. I would have said 2 or 3, but when I started counting through them, then I've got 9. Stuff from 9.
Not what, 9 dealers or 9 farms?
That's both. It's a mixture of both. Because I've got stuff in there from friends. stuff in there I don't even know where they're from. No idea, because they were bought from the local garden centre when I first started years and years ago.
I'm definitely pulling Vince up on 6, mate. He needs
me too. I mean, I'm calling some bullshit there.
bullshit, but statement of the week.
Yeah.
He ran out of fingers at 6.
Yeah, that's what it was. He ran out of fingers. So he couldn't
He
say.
smacked one today with a hammer, so that's tucked away.
Go on, Vince, just for you, mate.
Now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week.
We'll let you have that one.
He's recalculating. He's thinking.
Alan says there 15.
Okay.
I mean, Tony Farmer or Coy must be maxing that out with 21 at least. It's got to be.
You tend to be counting farms or dealers or whatever. Crafty's got more than that. He's got at least 50 ponds with 50 different breeders in there.
Yeah.
So
I'm going through them. 6, he says. Well, so what did he go from 6?
Who?
6.
Vince has got more than 6.
Got to have more than 6. Adam Bayer, New Forest Coy, Cuttlebrook, Crafty.
He's got fish from exclusively in there. He has, definitely. He's got fish from Coy Heaven in there. He's got fish from Maridoe. Fish from Maridoe that Alan Ellett gave him.
What about the one that Si gave him? Where was that one from?
One of his own bred ones. So you've got to count that as a homebred one from Vince. So that's another one.
That's 8, Vince.
He's got fish from... he's got fish from Sakazumi from me in there. He's got fish from Hirosano. No, he might not have that anymore. So Vince, you're lying, mate. We're up to 9 for you.
Good evening, Crafty. Sorry, mate. That was real rude of us. How many do you reckon you've got?
Who, me?
Oh no! I mean, fucking hell, you'll be 23 plus, won't you?
I don't even want to think.
You don't even want to start thinking, do you? You don't want to start counting because that means you've got to start working out who they want, and then you've got to realise just how many you've bought and how many you've got in.
Too many.
Oh, hang about, mate. Can hardly hear you there. What's that? And now you've muted yourself.
You can't get this.
You pressed your mute. There you go. Hear me now. Only just.
No.
Let me edit. I can't edit your mic settings because you've muted yourself.
Plug it in, mate. Right, we'll have to just talk without him for a minute. He's still counting.
Well, technically, a farm's still a deep. Maybe not.
Yeah, but every farm is so a dealer might buy from 20 farms, but that's 20 potential sources of different colds. We're going to call them.
Good evening, Alan. Hey, yeah, can you hear me? You're quiet.
Is that better?
That's better.
No.
Sit forward.
I heard me through you.
I just turned it up.
There you go.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's a good call. Turn it up, mate.
Yeah, turned it up. I can't remember. I think I've got 34 different breeders.
34.
And now we've got an echo. Who's that? It's you, Crafty.
It is.
Have you got echo? I ain't got echo. Have you got echo?
Oh, that's all right then.
Well, you are an
Fluoride.
echo because we're getting the echo from you. You are the creation.
Fucking.
Caca.
You're so good, we can hear you twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
about
dealers
now?
and farms. There, that's better. Freaking hell,
Is that
down. That made a big difference. And your really expensive mic gone for a shit.
Oh, mate, I've got to sort all my wiring out. It's been doing me tits in. It's like a bird's nest behind my monitor, man, and I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
You get those good cable tidies though, and you put everything in a. It's like, you know, I don't know if you know. Rick will know, and Vince will definitely know. When you get fly fishing, you have like a sleeve that you push over your fly line, and it pushes over. And the more you pull it, the tighter it becomes. You can get them to put your cables in. You put them all, thread them all through, then you pull it tight, and it makes them like that diameter. And all your cables look nice and neat.
It's all rooted, but I've had to move stuff about and pull it out, and that's made it. But anyway, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's
Good evening, guys. Good
Vince
evening.
got 28.
Good
You're looking very
evening,
perky, mate.
guys.
Considering you kept me up all night chatting.
Mate, I've only just got in from work. Literally just walked through the door as well.
Hey, he blagged my head, mate, beginning at night. I come in, and I'm thinking, I can hear fucking Crafty's voice. What the hell's going on?
He's in the bedroom, isn't he?
And I'm looking around thinking, where's that coming from? There's Rick there on bottom bar, but because my headset was plugged in, I could just hear your voice at distance. I thought I'd got a call going or something, and then I said, oh, I wonder why I could hear Crafty's voice. You were watching your video, mate. You were watching your
thank
update.
you.
I was watching the update of the fish I'm going to be getting of my.
Mate, did you
right,
see
yeah.
the auction last night? How fucking painful was that, man?
Did you
Well,
see
when
that you
I-
misspelt YouTube last night?
I don't care.
I
Never
really
do
told
that
you, but I
again.
thought about it.
I don't care, man. It's
But when I
either going
said
to
you were
be
waffling and
it's either
making
going to be
stuff up.
WhatsApp auctions or YouTube auctions.
Yeah, that seemed like you couldn't see what anybody were bidding. Nobody were bidding on the YouTube, were they?
No, but they was on WhatsApp, but no, I didn't like it. But it served a purpose. Looks like the Darren from Aragoki Koi will be joining me doing auctions going forward, which is always.
And I
positive.
did. I got what I wanted for half the price I was prepared to pay.
He's such a knob.
Is that back in his tank again, Crafter? That is filling up with his
He got
stockfish.
that was up for 295 in the shop, and he paid 120 quid for it. I think. Fucking winds me up.
Well, no, but that's I'm buying it retail against all your retail customers.
No, not that. It's all the fish are like that, isn't it? It's like, you know, unless you work somewhere else, and then
I want trade price
don't
now.
work that way.
Can you give me trade price?
Mate, I think we broke about even. To be perfectly honest, Crafty, you work of man. What's that saying? I got my specs on.
Crafty, you work of man art.
Thank you, mate. He knows
you
a good
say it.
specimen when he looks at it. Oh, I mean,
But the thing is, Crafty, you'll reap the rewards when I do my new Dragon Slayer line, and you'll get
that's
first.
a great line name. That
I know it is, mate, and they are gonna rule the bandwagon I'm jumping on for named fish that people are gonna want, and then you can have some.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And
the crafty. What is it? A crafty Donald Kerr Shiro line as well.
the DKKK NFK DK line.
I can tell you what. That's like, yeah.
I've
It was good though.
got a quick question for you, Rick. Why do you keep calling it Gazwad?
Grow and show,
Grow and show with a difference.
But that's gas wad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, gaswad. That's what we call it, isn't it?
Gas.
Gaswad.
There's no Z in there, is there?
Yeah, but
The thing is, Gus.
Gaz just felt it was a weird naming it about him.
I did.
Gaswad. I didn't name it. I don't know where these things come from. I just supplied some fish, and next thing I know, everyone's going on about the Gaswad challenge, and I didn't know any of the ones. Names stick, don't they? So
Just thought I'd
yeah.
ask.
So yeah.
So Davey Cook's put some on here. I don't get it. Can someone explain? Hope
Which
you're
one?
good with the old black dog, mate. What does that mean?
I was going to say, have you got? Well, I was going to ask you. Well, the black dog is a term used for the reference to depression. But I was going to ask, have you got a new dog?
I've got 2 black dogs, and that one's fast asleep.
No. So he's probably I do suffer with severe
hang about,
anxiety,
I've
but
got
I'm
to
perfectly fine at the minute.
I've just got to give Jonathan something. I think these belong to you.
Jonathan's
Gareth.
in the house. See, Jonathan's got some nice dogs. They're sort of nice dogs you don't want to touch, but they're nice dogs to look at. I can't remember what they're.
He just Gareth me. He just called me Gareth.
What's your name in it?
Is it heck my name? No.
What were
been.
you born, Gaz?
You're such a fucking liar, mate.
Gary. Not Gareth.
Gary. That's an Only Fools and Horses sketch from the back. Gary.
Oh dear.
Oh, mate, we should have an Only Fools and Horses night. That is one of the best, isn't it?
Right then. Question for you. And you being a dealer, crafty,
Oh
and
yeah.
Rick,
Well,
you being a breeder,
and a dealer. Oh,
What's
my
the
fucking
most
computer's gone off.
what's the most common beginner's mistake that people approach you in the shop with? And don't you start laughing at the Gareth, Vince.
Gareth.
The most common beginner's mistake that you get when people are coming in to your shop. What's the most common one, Craft, that they come into you and say,
Mate, can you hear me all right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine. Could you hear me ask the
The
question?
computer's playing up, man.
Oh,
Beginner's mistakes, mate, is you touched on it earlier, mate. A lot of people overloading their pond too early or getting the bug for buying koi, which is great until you put far too many in your pond.
Yeah, I think our biggest problem we see is people buying fish from different places without knowing that kind of reaction. So they'll buy from us for a year, whatever, and then suddenly go to a show, go somewhere else, buy a fish that they can't help themselves with, and then something that should be for an experienced koi keeper to look after, be it Costia, white spot, whatever, that becomes a killer because they've never seen a health problem, and suddenly they've now got a health problem, and before they do anything about it, fish are dying, and then you're already in a problem.
you're already in the heat load of shit.
Yeah, So not having that comes back to not having a microscope, having knowledge, but then you can't get that without being this. It's not that easy. Is it also in Mexico? Did I imagine that?
No, he's not, because his passport's been delayed and he's hopefully flying out on Sunday. But he doesn't need a passport if he takes his
Not
own
for
private
Mexico.
helicopter. Yeah,
He does need one. He does.
he don't need one for Mexico. You buy one when they get there. From the cartel, they'll sort you out. Is it true that they only grow to the size of their tank? Myth busting night. There we go, Vince. This is what we can do.
Mythbuster night.
Is it true? They'll
I don't
only
know,
grow
Vince.
to the size. It's not, is it? It's not true, is it? It's not true. It can't be true because Vince has proved it different.
It's not true, but at the end of the day, it is kind of true.
It has its limitations.
Because if we cheat the size of the tank by adding bigger filters and heat and more food, we're kind of cheating the game a little bit, aren't we?
Manipulating the game, so to speak.
If you had a small pond with a small filter and you fed them a small amount of food, the chances are they're not going to outgrow the pond, or they'll grow to that size. But if you've got a small pond with a dirty great filter and a big heater and you keep wanging food into them, they will outgrow the size of the tank.
Yeah, you're going to need to move some out pretty quick.
Myth busted if you cheat.
Pond size requirements. What is an actual realistic pond size requirement for keeping koi?
I don't know, because if you want to keep small koi,
It takes us right back to that last one that you just stated there, doesn't it? If you've got a dirty, great big filter system and you can still keep.
I think
fishing
there's
the body
something
of water.
that's 2 meters by meter kind of thing is an adequate size to keep. If you can keep that water good, that's an adequate size to keep fish for many years
And enjoy them.
Yeah, but if you are going to heat that and feed the crap out of them, they are.
Hello. Really?
And then buy fish that have got really good genetics to grow big. Let's buy a chagoy from a line that can grow over 1 meter and stick them in a little pond, and then
And that was 2 meters by 1 meter by 1 meter. And it can only fit in that pond corner to corner.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, isn't it? So if you can only have a small pond, then why wouldn't you buy fish that are generally going to stay small and be happy, healthy, live for a long time in that environment? And there's plenty of breeders out there. There's Oishi, for example. No one, but you don't even hear of him. He breeds some of the most amazing little fish in Japan. Well renowned in Japan, but no one, unheard of over here because they don't grow big. They're small fish that look really good in small sizes. But it seems to be a thing that actually in this country should make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
We haven't got unlimited space and we haven't got unlimited heat. So fish that can look beautiful for 10 years in a small pond should be perhaps the way forward, but it's not, is it? No. It's just, yeah. But yeah, they do some amazing fish, and then they might grow to 40 centimeters, and that's about that. I don't see why it's not a bad thing, is it?
I don't think so, mate. To be fair, I mean, personally, I actually prefer them before they get to that big stage, because I think they get to a certain size and then they start looking ugly, mate. I really do. I can see the beauty in them, colours and patterns and all the rest of it, but I think the mass to them, in some, can make them. I've said it before, but when they've got that chubby cheeks right, their face with the mouth all like
the gnarly eyes and the head.
Yeah, and their head's all full of wrinkles because it's that fucking big. To me, it's just not appealing. It's gone beyond that point of looking a pretty, sorry, Alan, attractive, elegant, graceful thing to have that kind of thing.
You know when it's got like the wens too big in its head when it comes for a pellet and the pellets get stuck in the folds, and you know that it's never getting that food, is it?
Yeah, try.
Dry for hours.
Constantly try.
Smell it. But
It's
yeah,
stupid.
But that's the thing. If you can only have a small pond, then you can keep amazing fish in it for years. But you've got again speak to the person supplying them and say, "I'd like these fish that are not from big bloodlines. Certain varieties don't grow big. Goshki, great example. Unless you're specifically going to one breeder that might produce big goshki, they're not varieties that are going to grow big. They can look amazing for years in a small pond. You try and grow them big, generally you'll ruin them. Unless, again, you get the very best paid top. But
like pearl rin, if you grow them big, it does ruin them, doesn't it?
Well, they don't grow really big, do they, generally.
I just got timed out for saying prayer.
Andy got called Gareth.
And I got called Gareth, so I got a double doing there, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you've got to go with what you've got, haven't you? If you've only got the space for a small pond, buy fish that suit a small pond. And there's plenty out. You can buy lines of platinum ogons that are absolutely stunning that will not grow particularly fast. You could spend 20 years growing them a centimetre a year.
That's what Gus does.
Yeah.
I'm getting them tonight,
But you don't, if you've got a small pond, you don't go out there and buy a super mango from Saki Fish Farm, Sacco, and expect it to stay small when it eats everything in the house and then just becomes this great big thing in your pond.
No, I won't mean I won't mean not bitely, but if you push a pearl gin rin, apparently a lot of the times that pearl gin rin becomes non-existent.
That doesn't work. You don't see big ones, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they
So-
just become the non-gin rin variant.
You go to someone like Aoki, they don't do big fish.
Yeah, when have you ever seen a massive, great big pearl gin rin sanker? When have you ever seen one of them at 80, 90 cm? You haven't, and you won't, because they aren't, and they don't.
They can't.
Exactly.
They just turn into a normal Sankey.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They become a normal Sankey and all the pearl gin rin drops off. But if you keep it to that 35, 40 and slowly steady grow it, it's less likely to. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's less likely to drop off.
That's the whole point. Sure, that's horses for course. That's the beauty of keeping koi in it. You can keep them from a tank in your bedroom through to a lake in your garden, or whatever. Your lake in your, like Mark Oxo's also got a 54-acre lake in his estate where he keeps them. He feeds them. I heard.
As we're about to now change relatively soon from one season into the next season now, what do you think to seasonal feeding? What's your opinion on seasonal feeding? Do you think it needs to be a thing? Do you think there are stuff that throughout the summer months we could give them a better diet, more growth, more chance, without it all just being pellet based and offering different things throughout each season? I know we've talked about winter because we've just done all that, like pearl barleys and such and such and such. But now coming through into spring and moving through into summer, are there any things for seasonal foods that you would recommend for a koi keeper to give them their fish that extra little bit more? A lot of people feed like watermelon and stuff like that, but is there anything that you would say was better and more
productive, more efficient?
Yeah.
The Munger mix is amazing, but I'm not selling any, so make your own. Watch the video. 100%. Because the more varied you have as a diet in any walk of life of any animal in the world, generally the better. So it doesn't matter how good the pellet you're buying, you're still buying a pellet, a man-made item. That the best one in the world is bloody amazing, but it still could be better with added fresh vegetables. And
that's what I was meaning, mate, by that type of thing. Like, I've told people some of the stuff. I mean, I've tried them with all sorts, and they've only found one thing: cherries. They didn't really seem to like that too much. But every other piece of fruit, blueberries, strawberries, melon, orange, grapes, I wanged all sorts in just to see what they do, and they ate the lot. But nothing more. I would say like prawns, mussels, calamari, and they smashed the hell out of that like it was, like they could have been a rioting pond with it.
If you look at good fishing lakes, right, not fishing like in this country where you're steaming loads of boilies and pellets, but there's certain well-kept lakes in the continent where they will put a carp in at £20 and with no added food from anyone else on natural foods, they will do £20 in a year in a summer. £20 in growth, right? There's from 20 to 40 pounds literally in the summer on natural food, and that's mostly snails, bloodworm, whatever that they're eating, and they are doing a size and a growth that is absolutely off the scale on that natural diet. So yes, you can do amazing things with artificial food, and you go beyond what you feed them to what they gain, as we proved in the food trial, and it does make a huge difference. And then everything you can add, it's got to be a bonus. Every vitamin, everything you put in different, the fish will take what it needs from it. Yes, you'll create more waste. Yes, it costs more money. Do I recommend it with all my fish? No. But if I had 20 fish that my pride and joy,
Yeah, that's
Also,
what.
we chucking a bit of lettuce in, a bit of orange, a bit of whatever. You give them stuff, you vary the diet, don't you?
Well, that's the reason why I asked, Rick, because a lot of people don't, do they?
I know, because
And
it generally makes a mess. It does make a bit of a mess.
Genuinely stick. What do you think to just even changing up your brand of food?
To a point, but if you're going to use a real high quality food and then change it for a shit food just for the sake of changing it, it's maybe not great. But if you
Peaches
can
and cream from Sakayakari, just to give them a bit of something different, flush them out a bit.
I think you can't. You've got to have. There's certain elements of fish. If it isn't full of fish meal, it's got to be crap. But in reality, fish meal is as artificial to a carp as chicken meal or horse bean meal or whatever, soya meal. They're all alien things, really, that a carp's going to eat. Insect meal might be the closest thing to a natural diet. Fish meal is the best you get for returns in terms of growth and body, but it's not
natural.
In reality, a Peruvian sardine is not a natural food for a fucking carp in a pond in wherever. So it's great. It does amazing things, but technically it's as alien as a feather from a chicken to a blackberry from a bush to a whatever. So we can't get.
I know mine like snails.
Snails are great. The only problem with snails.
That's what I mean. There's parasites that come with them. If
not so much about as parasites, and most people are chucking snail poison down or whatever. So
yeah,
exactly. A load of snails and chucking your pond, you might be.
When we get a damp, horrible, miserable, shitty, rainy day here, I can see them skipping all the way across top at netting, and I can see carp coming up and whacking into them to try and get them.
We get them, honestly. You see them, that anything growing over any of our ponds, be it blackberries.
Oh yeah, they'll go mad.
They spend so much time trying to get them, and you start thinking, how much well-being is that? That's natural for a fish to spend 20 minutes trying to get that. Its mental health's got to be better. It's not going to be a he, she, or him. It's literally trying to get. I don't know. There's elements to it. I think there's an enjoyment for them to eat something different and pick up something, and go spit it out, or crunch up a snail. Do whatever. It's a stimulant, isn't it?
Well, that's
I'm talking about fish's well-being and health.
there's the other thing, and I've seen a few people doing that, leaving a suspended lettuce, iceberg lettuce type thing over the pond, just to give one the interaction, two obviously the benefit of what they get from eating it too. But I mean, I've tried the oranges, and the oranges never. Man, they just fucking ignored them. They never did shit with them. You just watched them sink to the bottom and left them. And I've tried in the past and put in watermelon, and mine never liked it. I last put some on last year, and they smashed the hell out of it. Normally, they've never touched it.
Maybe it's your pheromones aren't very good on the watermelon.
Could be. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. If you're stuck in a square box, any kind of stimulation's got to be good, isn't it?
Well, I think so, yeah. And I think a little bit of mixed up variety within their seasonal foods is good for them too, where a lot of people would stick just to the same thing.
I always tell people to mix stuff up, but if you're buying the best product, it's difficult to mix in a worse product just for mixing.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I was meaning like a supplement, like like the mussels, prawns, whatever, blah 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 blah, and adding those to your normal diet within it. And giving it through.
Yeah, I'm up. Well, I feed my fish all sorts of shit. As anyone that watches the videos know, mine are full of stimulation from the crap I chuck in there. Because I don't know. I think the results and the fish, the more you interact with them, the happier the more. It definitely does make a difference. If we don't go in the shop through the winter, sometimes when it's really cold and the fish are being ignored, they go semi-dormant. But if you're in there all the time, a little bit of food, a little bit of stimulation, they're much happier for it, in my opinion. Which
I think they are. Yeah, I think they definitely are.
Too right.
Did I cut the round inside the peel or the orange? Well, I see when I did it, Rob, and I put it I peeled the orange and cut it into small pieces, and they ate that because it sunk. But when I did it and just put like people say, just to put it in as a bit of a stimulation from a swim around and nudge about and smash away at, they just ignored it, never touched it, just sunk to the bottom.
Just like little kids, aren't they? If you don't cut it up nice and small for them, they're not going to eat it.
Oh, having that.
Even when you chuck bread in, you cut the crust off for them, didn't you?
No,
I use watermelon.
yeah, mine like watermelon now, but they didn't do years gone by, which is strange.
And in the summer, we freeze it.
Dear.
Well, I don't. It's what the others do. They come in. It's like, oh, I've got it some watermelon. It's all frozen. No, okay. Right in.
Within 30 seconds, it's no longer frozen.
Just make sure you're taking all the fucking peel out once it's done.
Yeah, that's the worst bit, isn't it? Especially when you got a net on. That's one thing I fucking hate, man, having a net on. Is that what you're saying there, Crafty, with that?
That's what Rick sent me yesterday after he ripped me off.
I didn't rip you off. If it wasn't for my clandestine bidding through a third party, it would have gone for less money.
I'm calling bullshit with that one.
What's that?
No, that will happen, mate.
Have you
Can I
said
share
that?
that? I'm gonna bring it up, yeah.
Yeah.
What's a talking point, isn't it? Crafty's
Well,
had one
this
all over his band.
From this to that in 12 months.
Easy peasy.
What, even to change all that pattern as much as it did, and the maritime stuff and all the rest of the Benny that was never there before.
You're getting it the wrong way round. The left hand one's the one I bought off Crafty, and the right hand one's when I've cut it up a bit.
That's
or is that
really
what it
great.
will like? Is that what it will like when you bought it from Crafty,
Yeah.
and that's what you received it like? Is
Yeah,
that what he said?
That's a dagger in the heart, mate. I've really got to bite my lip here. I tell you.
So basically, what I said to Craft is they're from the same breeder that's only got one parent set, so they're basically siblings, right? So that's what I see in the right hand fish that cost me £130 last night. I see the left hand fish down the line. I might be crazy, but it doesn't matter.
But it's doable, isn't it? You know,
It doesn't matter, mate. 'Cause
to have that forward vision. That's what you potentially can achieve, isn't it?
But it's not about even what it's going to become. It's about the offspring that might, when I use it in a year or two's time, when I put the Dragon Slayer touch to it, it will look far better than that.
You know?
There you go. It will be unique, mate, when I finished.
I can't wait to see what you do with it.
It'll be unique when you've finished.
No, I can't wait to see. I can't. Honest to God. You know, it's
Imagine
this
that,
eye now.
Right, so one of my 5 varieties is going to be, imagine that fish on the left, right? It's a nice example, which is absolutely insane. Imagine putting some whacking great Gimrin scales on that all over. And then you've got a Dragon Slayer. Armor plated, glittery. St. George, the Beast Slayer, is coming forward. That is where we're heading.
Mate, I really hope it takes off, mate. I really hope it does what your
If I
vision
can do
is.
that, mate, it will take off because it'll be all right.
Fuck yeah, it will as well. You know, that'll be something worth looking at.
And Crafty, I promise you, mate, you can have number 1 pick when I've created it. After everyone.
My program's crashed.
Oh, I'm back.
I don't know what happened then.
I think we copyrighted something now. I think someone, if the Japs got hold of that technical information.
It's whether or not it's still streaming, mate. We need to check that.
Well, I'm here.
Yeah, we're still going. I don't know why, but for some reason, when I tried to put that back down at bottom bar, everything just froze, a whole lot, both monitors. So I had to control.
I could see you.
Yeah, I can see
you. Won't mean computers just crash.
But you could still see me, could you? Oh, right.
I could. I don't know what anyone else could, but I could still see.
Crafty, she's eating your chips in the background, mate. Tell her to wind that neck in.
She's actually having a few of them before she brings it in. Computer did say no. Then for a second, you're right.
But yeah, so that's one of my 5 new lines, because the bandwagons, you need to ride the bandwagon, don't you? Oh, look, here's 1 chip less delivered.
Get in my belly.
Yeah, my grower.
So, in honor of Dave and Vince, I've got 2 lines coming out named after them.
Ooh. Let me guess. Twisted Rocket.
No. We got to do, basically, it was going to be Twisted Hornet, but after you named New Forest Hornets, I couldn't do that. So it's Twisted Bumblebee, because he wants something that's yellow and black, non-metallic with big scales. So we've got that.
Good choice.
And I think it's going to be the Scarlet Rocket for the Rocket Boy. I've got something planned for him.
The Scarlet.
Big, red and black, big scaled thing. Like a match fisher's dream.
Why don't you do red and yellow?
I ain't that skillful, mate. You're going into realms I cannot do.
Yellow's not easy, is it?
I can't do it. I can't do it, Grafty.
All those yellow hornets, every one of them turned into orange, didn't they?
Yeah, but that was kind of going to happen because of the genetics, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They definitely had an orange. They had an orange daddy. But yeah, so yeah, I just think it's a bit of fun in it. If I can create something for them for the work they do for us, that'd be something they can have in their pond that's named after them. They might not want it in their pond. Who knows?
I'm sure they will do fantastic. Right then, has anybody else got any questions? Because Crafty is filling his face. Alan Tate, what's with the big scales? I'll tell you what's with the big scales, Mr. Tate. And this will be a bit where all you
Money.
coy judges now are going to have to pin your ears back and have a listen. Because the thing is now, Aragoki has taken over the Gosanke. And the Gosanke is going to take a back pedal. And the strange, weird and wonderfuls are going to be the new best thing.
Bit late for it. It already is. It's difficult. I get where he's coming from, because
it's mad to think, innit? Feck yeah, Vince says.
It's upsetting, but if I can produce a fish that costs me 10 quid and sell for 100 quid, that's good business model. If I can produce a fish that costs me 100 quid and I can sell for 10 quid, that's not a great business model. And that, unfortunately, is the difference in Gosanke and Aragoki. It's just like...
It genuinely does seem it, doesn't it? The Gosanke is becoming a little bit less sought after.
It's not.
I mean,
I think that I just, it's not less. Good ones, really good ones, are still valuable, whatever. But they are.
Yeah. I'm talking for the.
Is so much higher than producing a good other something. About, I had a chat with, I don't even know who I was talking to. It could have been myself, to be honest. But a really good Ginrin shower of top level. It was you, Crafty. Was it last night at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, me and you last night, mate.
I should have been asleep, mate. To produce a good Gosanke of a really high level is 1,000 times harder than producing a Aragoki whatever. So technically that should then be worth 1,000 times more money. Yet they're not. They're worth the same or even the opposite way.
The opposite
at this
scale.
present in time, it's just it. So as a business, if you don't jump on that bandwagon and cream it until that goes away, that sounds really bad, doesn't it?
No, I mean, you've got to move with the market, haven't you? If the market dictates what's going out your door, you'd be stupid to ignore it, or otherwise you can't. I don't think you can sit there and go, do you know what? We're going to stick to his guns and keep doing go Sankey, go Sankey, go.
You can to a point, but
eventually you're left with stock that you just can't get rid of.
Yeah, you've
got to have a variation
all day long. We've always got to have a variation, but if that variation, if I can produce Akamatsubas that have got massive scales and they sell for 5 times more per fish at the same cost price for me to produce, it's just.
What do you think about it? Alan will hate me for this. Producing Go Sankey with Aragoki scalation.
Done, mate. I've got them coming through. They're already. It's not in the pipeline. They are growing. But to be fair, it doesn't work as well. It doesn't work. No, it doesn't work at all in the terms of those refinements of quality in Go Sankey don't translate well to that kind of scalation. But when you go into the realms of Komon-ryu, when you go into the realms of Akamatsuba, all those anything that's Deutz where you can create big scales and also get them regular, that does work. But when you try and do that with Showas and Sankeys, the odd one looks all right. But yeah, generally it doesn't work. Yeah. So I've already got Ginrin, Aragoki, Kahaku that are really good, but it doesn't work. But if I did it with a Kosui, it will work because of the way the pattern runs. It will lend itself to that scalation, and it will work.
I think it'd be popular, mate. I really
it will. I know it will be popular. I guarantee it, and I know it will. And it's the same as the Ochibas, where you get the lateral patterning. It works. It doesn't work so well with the traditional patterning. So,
but I mean, again, from where Alan's saying is what is with the big scales, I think for a lot of traditionalists, there's nothing that they want to see other than the traditional Go Sankey. You know, and being as they are, and being as perfect as they are, and all that time that they spent putting into them to get them to look as beautiful and as perfect as they are, kind of seems a little wrong, doesn't it? But the weird and wonderful seem to be taking things by a storm.
No, it just works in certain. It works in certain places in certain ways, and the people that are buying fish are changing as well. You've got to remember that obviously the way the fish are presented with windows makes a difference.
Yeah.
I would probably say 15% of all koi keepers now that are under 60 are carp anglers. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, and a lot of cat meat. Yeah, to be fair, mate, there's nothing blasphemy. there's a lot of us as carp anglers would love to see that full scaled or lateral linear scalation in his koi all day long. I would. And like you say, having that window to look at them and enjoy them and appreciate them throughout that would be pretty damn cool.
So what I'm doing is not blasphemous. It's business. I see, but that's weird, isn't it? I would much rather produce a non-Ginrin, non-Aragoki, non-Deutz, perfect Sankey. I'd love that. But it doesn't. It's flogging a dead horse trying to sell it, isn't it? When I've got one good one out of 100,000 and I've got to sell it for decent money, it's just carnage. Yeah. And then I might as well keep that as a parent because I can't afford to buy a parent to replace it. So I've gone round in a big circle and gone nowhere.
From a dealer's point of view, Kraft, if we go back to last year, which I know you had a fair few Aragoki stuff in, and some of the different stuff, the weird and wonderful, but for want of a better phrase. Which sold out fastest?
I'm Mike. He's still chomping.
Yeah, he's just.
That's a Big Mac. That's definitely not a cheap cheeseburger. Too much chewing. Corey just breaks in at that moment. He can't even remember the question.
I'm trying to. Go Sankey with the hardest sell last year. The Aoki was the best sellers. But yeah, Kiyotsuri are another good mover. Aragoki sell well, but we didn't fetch. This is one thing that blows my mind is we didn't fetch the same money as what you guys fetched for exactly the same fucking head of fish. That's something that blows my head. Aragoki, I had up £180 a toes on, and they still didn't all sell. I had 4 left over at the end of the season. They've all gone now, but at the cut-off, like, expected them to grow legs and march out. And I even sold a few of them go cheaper to move them on. It's like it's weird. But for me as well, people I think people are being sold dreams a little bit as well, if I'm perfectly honest. But
we all sell dreams.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. My stocking this year, I was just trying to find the picture while I was having a bit of a chomp. But I've got some Aragoki from Miyatora that are in next level, and also from Toshinobu as well.
Yeah, but it's too late now. That was last season, mate. We want Ginrin Go Sankey.
Yeah.
Ginrin,
everything.
Got Ginrin Go Sankey as well. But
shit. Playing Kahaki.
I'm not. I mean, you take the auctions out of it. You take the auction totally to the side, right? People pay what they think the fish are worth on an auction, and I get that. But when you actually look at what our business model is, bricks and mortar store where you walk through the doors and you pick a fish, you know, they're all labelled up at a price point. When you're not seeing a price point, or you're not doing a bit of shopping, a bit of research, people end up paying a little bit too much money for certain fish, in my opinion. But I'm not poo-pooing what anyone's doing. I see what happens. Some people, I've spoke to people, some people love an auction, you know, and they don't want to get beaten on an auction, and they ended up wasting the money, in my opinion, as well. But
is it? Are they wasting the money?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they fucking are, mate. I sit there, mate.
Would they be wasting the money if you were doing it on your auction?
I wouldn't let it get to a certain points, mate. If I'm perfectly honest.
So you'd do the same as Rick then? You would do the same. You would cap it and go, "Whoa, time out."
I would, right? Because if
your money back in your wallet.
Yes, mate. Yes, I would to a certain extent, right? For me, I get a customer. They get caught in a moment. Bid, right? Decent amount of money put on the table, right? They walk into a koi store, right? The next weekend, I see a fish of the same sort of quality, same sort of size, and it's £600 cheaper than what they've paid on an auction. All of a sudden, they become aggrieved, and then you lose a customer. Where that customer potentially could be buying another 6, 7, 8 fish off of you down the line, and you still make more money out of that customer rather than that one buy. That's just my opinion, right? I don't knock anyone for what's happening. Like, I can't take away what I see from what I see on other people's auction. The frustration comes from me is I'm looking at certain fish and I don't see what other people are seeing. Now, people can say to me, that's because you're fucking stupid. It's not that for me. It's actually, I've got the same sort of fish right? To go back to Kobayashi Aragoki, I've got the same sort of fish that are retailing at 180, and then I'm seeing someone pay 750 quid, example, because it's on an auction. I don't get it. It blows my mind. And for me, I'd be going, that fish owes me that amount of money. Push, done. I will start to put the hammer down, right, to sell it right quick. Yeah, you make a little bit more money on an auction because you're selecting your best stock out, or you should be. However, I put on stock, for example, some shower in the week. Still got a lot of development to go. People still take them less than what they see in store because they see how much I have them in store. So as a dealer, I lose. But that's my business model, you know. It's again, it just blows my mind. The big scale stuff.
Do you think that that's something that you need to work on for your business model?
No,
No.
no. And this is where everything, you know, I'm not. It's for me. It's not about how much money we make per fish, right? Because I was a hobbyist once, and I'm very aware, and I take this to my business, right? As a hobbyist, I see how certain fish are out of reach. So actually, that used to frustrate the fuck out of me. To see that fish, I'm still in the same position now because I deal with so many fish now. My eyes changed. I can see the imperfections now, which I've got in my pond. I've moved my fish on because slowly fallen out of love with them because I can see all them little imperfections. So now my eyes got bigger. I'm having to spend more money, right? The difference is that I know how much that fish is worth, so therefore I'm going to pay the right amount of fish, right amount of money for that fish.
So you don't believe
people on
that
the receiving end.
So you don't believe S Legend should have sold for 1.7 million?
I didn't say that.
But it's not worth that.
Well, it is. It is worth.
Why? Just because their business model made it so, but somebody else's business model's not right for them to do that.
People ain't fucking spending money on S Legend on the auctions on YouTube.
But that fish, fish
when you look at S
crazy,
Legend,
stupid money, didn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it was classed as the best fish, koi fish in the world.
But
technically, as perfect as you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right, it's a completely different fish.
In somebody's opinion.
In
a lot of no, completely different, wrong comparison. Because mate, let's face it, if you've got 1.7 million to spend on a fucking koi, mate, you're stupid rich, right? And that's just like fucking 20 quid for us, isn't it?
7 million to spend on a koi, that's just like your average person spending 4 or 5 grand on a koi, isn't it?
If you've got 500 quid, 700 quid, £1,000 to spend on a koi, that's a huge amount of money. It's a huge amount of money for someone to potentially be disappointed further down the line. For me, that is the issue. Now, I'm not saying then people will get disappointed, right? But I look at a fish and I think, oh my God, what are some people doing? Because it goes crazy.
I can say for a fact one fish that I know myself that went on an auction and went for a lot of money. But I tried selling that fish for 350 quid 6 times to 6 different people before that fish went for that fish. But between that period from then to that going on an auction, the fish did some changes. But I said what these changes were going to be. And I said, this fish is going to be mint when it does this, that, and the other.
Yeah, but no one believes you.
No, they didn't, obviously. But the person that bought the fish in the end got the end result from that fish being what it was. But in my opinion, mate, way out of my class, way out of my league, way out of my price. But somebody bought that fish and it made them happy. So that person being happy and happy to spend that amount of money on that fish, to me, says that went for the right price.
There is. I don't think there is. I don't think there is a right price. Is it? It's like living artwork. But imagine you've got that amazing picture, and someone flicks some paint at it. That's what's might happen, isn't it? You might develop steamy spots.
It could, yeah. It could drop. It could, anything. Cause that's what I mean. The things they are art.
Let me put it in this context, Gaz. Right. So someone buys a fish that they think is worth $1,000, and
what makes a fish?
No, hear me out. Right, that's what they pay for, right? So you have this mad crazy fish that somebody pays £1,000 for. As a dealer, all right, keep feeding me £1,000, I'll get rich, right? No problem. Right? However, you can spend £1,000 on a tanky that is actually full of quality and potential, but in comparison, they're not the two same type of fish. Right, and that's me as a dealer. It's only my personal thing. This is nothing against anybody, but from me looking at certain things that happen, frustrating as fuck, right? When you got two almost identical fish, one dealer gets fucking £1 million and the next dealer gets £100, and they're from exactly the same spawn, from exactly the same person, and both dealers have paid exactly the same amount of money for it.
One dealer must be shit at selling fish, and one dealer must be good at selling fish.
And that's the difference, right?
No, it's not the difference.
It is. It can be the difference.
Alexander's put in there. You only need to have more than one person to like the same fish, and the whole value stroke picture changes.
Yeah, and that's the value of the auction, right? But to me, it's like, try and put them brakes on a little bit, because in my opinion, sometimes that runaway game, I personally feel that knowing how much that fish costs me, it's got an end price. Right? Then people has a massive potential of becoming disappointed.
But that's like saying Van Gogh's paintwork has an end price, but yet it's priceless.
What's mad is it was worthless when he was alive.
Exactly. I mean, that poor guy were doing what he were doing, painting everything, working his ass off, trying to earn a crust, and then chopped his ear off, sent to his girlfriend, and then died. And all of a sudden, his artwork becomes billions and millions of pounds worth.
What shocked me is Picasso was still alive like 50 years ago. And it's like when he sold as one of those old school artists, isn't it? That's worth worth millions, and he was still alive. And it wasn't worth 50 years ago. Pablo Picasso was 70.
Well, what do you think of that? Auction is like gambling.
True.
It's a rush of winning. See,
it is so true.
I've never got that, and I've never understood it. I mean, I don't understand the buzz out of a rush of taking hard-earned money out your arse pocket to give to somebody else. I've never got that theory of it. I've never seen that. Me, if I wanted something and I liked it, and I thought, to me in my own head, I'd have an idea of what I want to spend and a capped end of where I'm going to. And if I don't get it for that capped end and somebody else gets it, sweet, happy days, good on you.
But it's still like a rush. If you've got a capped end of £100 and someone else is bidding you all the way up to £100 and you win it for £100, you're like, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, you really want it.
Yeah,
so you
that was within my limitations.
But a lot of people then put an extra £5 on because they really want it and someone else wants it and they do want it. And I get that. And I don't.
And what if the fish is worth £300 and you get to £100, right? Bear this in mind as a dealer. You get to £100 and then you say, hasn't it a reserve? What then?
See, that's my issue. I'll be well pissed off. I'll be shut up. I'll just bid up £100.
Yeah. But, right, so, you look at the opposite side of the scale, right? So,
but then
what happens then?
Reserve price on it.
If you put a guide price on,
well, we've got a conversation in a minute. I get this. We'll carry on with this, but I've got to come back to something in a minute. Anyway, get this right. See, if you put a guide price on a reserve, I think if you need £300 for that fish to sell it, and you're going to start it cheaper to get the bidding going, you still need to tell people what that reserve is. Otherwise, they're bidding, and then you go, well,
I don't agree with that because that's not how auctions work.
I
You
know,
go, you go to an auction, and if you wanted to buy a nice oak table or a specific type of watch, pocket watch, whatever, and that guy's selling his watch and selling his family belongings, and he wants to put a reserve at 1,500 quid on the watch, 200 quid on the table, and they don't make that price, he has the right to reserve, but you don't have the right to know what his reserve is. That means he wants it to go for his 200 quid, but there's a 30% that goes to the auction house and the remaining goes to him. So he has a reserve and the right to a reserve, but why do you have the right to know what that reserve is? Because if that were the case,
I don't know.
For a buy it now price.
But it's not a buy now price, is it? Because you want more than that for it, so you won't be able to bid for it.
Well, that's the idea of an auction. People bid for something.
So what you're saying is, if I put a fish on and go, right, it's £1 start bid, everyone bids up to 100 quid, and I go, well, hasn't met my reserve, so no one gets it. What was the point of all these people bidding up to 100 quid? I'm just lost. I'm just like, well,
this is it, right? So then you put a guide price on, right? Because that's right. When you're buying property, I know we're on about coin. When you're buying property, you'll get a guide price, or a car, you'll get a guide price, right?
So all right, yeah.
And then what happens?
So we could go with the guide price.
People stop at a guide price, and that now becomes the ceiling.
Yeah.
So you're doomed if you do. You're doomed if you don't.
Yeah. But the guide price, what you're saying there, when it comes to koi, could be Acre Haku at 40 quid to 1.7 million.
Yeah, but you've got to assess that carcass on the structure, genetics.
If that's what price fish have gone for and sold for, there's a price range between A and B, isn't there?
Yeah, but you can't put an old limited edition Ferrari against a Ford Fiesta guide price, can you? There's both cars. I think there is, and this is a great point. There is no right or wrong. We all do. We're all doing different auctions. We're all doing different shit.
And we've all got different business models.
I don't do a single auction. I just take part in one.
You just
but we've all got different. We've all got different business models. Like, you know when you said to me earlier, have you got to change something you do? No, because the business model I got is different to what Rick's is. Rick's is different to Exclusively's. Exclusive different to mine. All completely different business models. What works. My point is nothing to do with the dealership. My point is, in my opinion, people get carried away on an auction and they bid.
I'd agree with that.
Far too much money for fish. And my fear, if I was in that position, would be that they would be disappointed because when they actually go shopping, right, and they see same breeder, same head of fish, same sort of fish, same quality of fish, and it is 600 quid cheaper, then I would be going.
Can't be the same quality though, can they? Because if they were
like
the same,
fuck Gaz, man, right? We go picking out the same. No bollocks, mate. No. You say they are, mate. They come out from the same dealer, from the same ponds.
If that was the case, Crafty, there wouldn't be shellfish and fucking standard A, B's and C's, would there?
No, but I'm saying, right, what I know. All right, I'm telling you, we go picking out of the same ponds.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying to you that no two fish are alike. So therefore, they can't be the same.
But the problem is, you can have a yellow dragon, right, that has got one scale different, be worth,
which might make one worth
10 times the price.
Exactly.
I'm not saying one is and one isn't.
They're not the same, are they? That's my point. What I'm trying to say is, when you're saying they're from the same breeder, yes, they're from the same dealer, yes, but they're not the same fish. Unless you're selling that you can only sell that one fish once. You can't sell that one fish again because you got some from somebody else that are the same. They're not the same. They come from the same place, but they aren't the same. They're different. They're two totally different entities.
Arachina. 15 centimetre Parachina, all right, from Sakazumi, all right, from the same pond at the same price for every single fish that you pick out or get sent, right? Some are cleaner than others, but you could put 2 paracheetah next to each other from Sakazumi that look identical. Someone on an auction pays 450 quid on a video screen. Someone comes to my shop and there they are for 85.
But the difference is also in a show level fish, that difference can be the difference between the peck size, the front rear of the peck, the nostrils.
And generally in show level fish, you are like, if we're looking at show people, they will be specific to what their demands are. When you're doing an auction, you're going along, you're picking what are the best fish in that pond out at the time of a dealership, or what you want to sell in the auction. You're not particularly going on a checklist.
Can you remember me and you sitting with a bowl of 10 Yamabukis?
And you picked the wrong one, Gus.
And we got to end of those 10 Yamabukis, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we took out 8 of them.
Yeah.
But they were all Ginrin, and they were all yellow, and they were all identical.
Yeah.
But
They
we-
weren't-
And they was all the same price in that pond in my store.
There was
We picked one out. We picked one out. We put it on auction. Someone pays 6 times that price. Right? He comes into my store and goes, "Me, that one's better than the one I bought, and it's now 6 times cheaper." That's what I get worried about.
I can get that. No,
That's what I get worried about.
can get
Well,
that.
from a discount on the other one, so be happy.
But the bit that I was trying, the bit that I was trying to make out there, that what you said about them all being the same, they weren't all the same, were they? There were flaws in some. There was better bits to others, and could you have not?
Guys, right? Even when we're right, if we went down that route, right? This is again. This is just the way I am. When you go into a koi dealership, you have ponds of fish, varieties, different breeders, all separated, right? Some fish in your eye look better than others. Some fish in my eye look better than others. But they're all priced equally. And the reason why they're all priced equally, generally, unless they're select pieces that you're paying individual money for, generally higher end pieces, right? They will all be priced at exactly the same price. So when you're picking out of them ponds and putting them on auction, people are paying what they think they're worth or what they believe them to be. Now, is that right? Or is that wrong?
It's right, isn't it? Because they might pay a lot less for them. That's what I did.
Which is generally what happens on auction as well.
But Rick has
No,
2,500 Shuru Atsuris at the start of his spawn, and he goes through all those from the same brood stock. He goes through them all, and he'll take some of those fish, and he'll dispatch of some of them because obviously they're not going to be good enough. They've not made the grade, right? But all those that will go down to
they all make the grade, mate.
yeah,
no grade,
really, yeah. A lot of yours do make the grade, Rick. But
They
they'll
all
go to shop for 15, 20 quid. Yeah. But there'll be those others at the same list, at the same group, the same spawning that you'll grow onto Tosai. And then you'll grow them on, you'll grade through them again, and then you'll grow them onto Nisai. But they don't all fetch the same price point, do they?
No, but that's the whole point. That's the whole point of coin it. They don't. So yes, you can buy a box. You can have 10 Yamabukis from the same breed, like Brad said, and they're all the same price. He paid the same price for them, but those 10 fish aren't all equally as good as each other.
No, they're not. Yeah,
As a
that's
dealer,
that's the bit I was getting. That's what I'm trying to.
As a
I get
dealer,
where
he's
you're coming
saying
from, bro.
they're all £100 each. They've all cost me X amount. At £100, I've made my money. But in reality, someone that goes there that knows what they're doing will pick the best of the 10 that's worth 10 times worth than the others. Those tiny margins make that fish that much better. You'd hope in an auction that the person that knows is picking the best fish to sell at that price. That comes down to trusting the dealer, trusting the person, trusting the process.
There's no right and wrong. I'm just being objective from my point of view.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
like, and don't get me wrong, and I totally agree with what you're saying, right? Every time we bowl at fish, even when we're picking in Japan, right? Or let's use a console box, right? We don't pick console; they get sent to us. We can go through them fish and go, that's worth more than what I've paid for them. That needs to fetch a little bit more money. Right? I get that. Right? I
But
get
they
that.
all cost you the same price.
But they do get that, right? However, when you're picking all the way through the year, it's the best already gone.
Who knows? Who knows?
This is the thing. There's no right or wrong answer.
Seen, mate. The ones that I've looked at, like for example, go back to Go Sankey again. These have been the things where I've thought, people say, "Oh, I want a kahaku, a shower, and a Sankey." Okay, mate. Right, here's 4 there, kahaku. Here's 4 there, Sankey. Here's 4 there, shower. And which you like? Comes back with a circle round one, circle round over, circle round over. I like them 3. Okay, well, I liked all them 4, but it's 3. You've gone with them once, right? Bagged off you go. Those fish go back in, and then you get out the next thing for the next customer. He wants 2 Sankey, just a shower. He's not interested in a kaku. So you put those back in, and again, you get the Sankeys back out, and you pick what you think looks appealing time and time again. So eventually you're left for those ones that don't look as appealing and not too good. Or so you thought. And then all of a sudden, from a couple of weeks down the line, Sumi starts to develop in all the right places. And you take that one thing out and you think, that's the same fish. And you put it.
This is what I was saying on Tuesday, wasn't I? When I was at yours and we looked at some of them shower. Some of them shower, absolutely stunning. It just would not fetch the money that they're owed. Because customers don't understand them. So does it make that fish less valuable there, more valuable later on, just because of developments? No, it doesn't, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the point of a dealer or wherever, you should be saying, well, actually, this fish, in my opinion, is going to be that much better. Don't rush to sell it then. There's no point rushing.
No, absolutely. No,
if you look at that fish going, actually, that is going wrong, you go, I'll give you a 20% discount on that one. Yeah, sure.
No, but right, so when we say that all fish are worth different values, right, if I didn't put any prices on any of my ponds, how many sales was I lose out on?
Oh, yeah. But, right.
And if I said, hang on a minute, hang on, that's actually the best fish in there, that's going to be another £100. Customer's never going to return. He'll be like, fuck you, mate.
But the customer.
But you see what I mean? It's like you're doomed if you do, you're doomed if you do, and you're doomed if you don't.
Well, not really. I mean, it's a sensible operation, isn't it? A fish is worth this fish is worth X amount of money generally. This is a better example, it's worth more. This is a worse example, it's probably worth less. I think this one's going to do this. It could be worth a lot more. If you don't want to pay a lot more, I'll keep hold of it.
But what if, as a dealer, you know that fish is not worth the money that someone's buying it for? What if that's the case?
Then I generally do more discount and offer them someone else, or dissuade them from it, or point out the fact it's shit.
Yeah, or guys, it's not. Let's slow that down a bit, man. You take a little bit of extra dollar, great. What do you do then? I don't know. It's like, me as a person, I would slow it down. Like I said earlier, I'd slow it down and just fucking put the hammer down.
Yeah, but you do get in that. It's difficult.
It is.
And for the first time, I think I've got that scenario, first time ever. I've got a fish to sell for more money than I perhaps think it shouldn't have done. So what will I do? I will give them another fish as a bonus. Because that's exactly what I'll do. And I know.
To be fair, looking at comments, I would have said a balance of either way, saying agree.
There is a responsibility of the buyer to do the research, but at the end of the day, if something's hyped up, then you might think it's better. And it's difficult from videos, it's difficult from pictures and whatever. And yeah, I think I've sold one fish ever more than it's worth, and I will give them another fish that's probably worth more than the other fish, and my conscience will be sound. That's just how it is. I don't know.
But it's also a massive numbers game.
It's just, it isn't.
And I mean, you look at the auction houses on TV when you're selling a property. We all watch them shit TV programs where someone's like gone in. What's it called? That
Homes under the hammer.
That's the one, right? You know, sometimes there's like 4 people in there, and everyone's like, "Yeah, fuck this property." And next thing you know, there's like 200 people in there, and the bids are going crazy. When actually, you probably pick that one property up and put it in that room, bids would start going up because there's more interest and there's more competition, and that sometimes drives the value of the fish up as well.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, you know, again, what do you do then? You know, as a dealer, do you drop the hammer? Do you let people run on with it? I don't know.
To me,
it's like there's no like right or wrong answer.
To me, but in my opinion, the idea of an auction is you get what you get for it from what the people want to bid on it. Whether there's those people that are saying, there's some auctions that go on too long waiting for this, that, and other, then you don't need to participate in it, do you? If you don't like it, you don't watch it, do you? If you don't like how it runs,
we're British, mate. We've got to complain about the length of time it's coming.
The only if you get no enjoyment from being there or being within it, then why tune in? You tune in to turn around and think, well, I'll tune in so I can bitch and moan about it. Well, then bitch and moan. But that's what you're getting from it. Something to moan about. So you're getting something from it. Or you tune in to get a fish that you enjoy or your price that you like and you bid it and you think, that's good money. I'll have that. Everybody watches for different reasons. Everybody participates for different reasons. But you know
something, mate, when you see how many viewers actually watch, there's only a small percentage that actually bid.
Oh yeah, 100%, mate. I've watched that a lot on the auctions that I'm involved in. I have watched that, and you might have, let's say, Crafty, when we used to do it, 280 people would come in and watch, but you might have an average of 45 people bidding. If you were lucky, if it were a certain particular fish, you might only have 4 people bidding. You might have 10 people bidding, and it's always the same. It seems to be a lot of the similar people that are after a certain type of variety that'll place a bid, and then they don't bid on any others if you've got like 15 different varieties. It's all.
But you got a bricks and mortar store. Crafty's store, right, brings in people for dinner, for golf, for tropicals, for got nothing else to do on a Sunday. Let's go there and just annoy the shit out of Crafty and his gang of merry men. Because it's what you do, isn't it?
Yes.
Whereas Ryan's auction, Ryan hasn't got. Okay, Kev's got his. They've got the shop, but it's not.
They haven't got a bricks and mortar store that is open to public to walk into.
So you've got a completely different
business model.
We've got Kev's, haven't we?
Yeah, but it's not.
But that's a by appointment as well, though, isn't it, Gaz? So
he's not. You're not going to bring your family to Kev for a day out and have a biscuit and the cafe. So, and same with us. It's all different places, different. It's just different worlds, isn't it? So the whole auction thing is just a way of getting your fish out to people that we've got people that buy. They can't leave their homes for different reasons: disability, illness, distances, travel. So the only way they can buy fish from us is website or the auction. They prefer the auction interaction. The website, buy it, and no one talks to them. They just get sent the fish.
And that's one good thing about the auction. You open your shop to all 4 corners of the country. Got quite a big, like, people in Scotland, like they've got few dealers, so they tune in, and I've got good head of customers up in Scotland that tune in for them.
If we can do AI on that and just reverb that, I've got a good head.
Yeah, and that. I've got a massive head. Have you noticed how long my cranium really is? Massive. Now I've pointed it out.
This statement there, other dealers are just in it for the money. Every dealer's in it for the money. They're all doing it for a living. That's like stupid statement of the evening.
Oh, no. I think that's a
You're,
bit
you're
harsh.
not selling your feet. You're not giving them away, are you? You are there to sell them, and you're in it for the money, or otherwise you're not a business. Businesses don't do anything if they're not making money. If you're not making money, you're not running a business. You're running a charity.
Yeah, pretty much.
Regardless to what level the cash flow amount is, whether it's down here at a 40 quid fish, it's up there at £1 million fish. It's all for the money. Every dealer is, every breeder, everybody that's doing what they're doing it for the money. It doesn't matter what the cap or that amount of money is, it's for the money.
Mark makes a good point as well, though. You know?
Well,
But the one there, I bought a shower 13 months ago and thought I'd mug myself. 7 months ago, but it's coming out of the winter, surprising what I'd hoped.
Surpassing
What I'd hoped for would be a minimum of 4-figure sum. So he bought a fish that he weren't 100% happy with. It's actually gone through a couple of months, and now it's coming out of winter, and now he believes it's a fish that's probably worth 4 figures.
Then if we then
it's Mark,
if we then done
you might
that,
pay 5 figures for that fish.
Yeah.
But Mark won't mind me saying, I know Mark's bought fish, and he wasn't particularly interested in it, and that fish is now in my pond. He gifted it to me.
Mark's a nut job. I love him to bits. He's the only person that's ever walked in our shop that bought a fish and then was offered 3 times more money for it and said, "Nah, I'm keeping it."
Gareth Reed made a comment. What did I miss? Bollocks.
Mate. But then that's the thing, isn't it? So that fish Mark brought was done on a live auctioneer, and he brought it, and someone offered him 3 times more money, cash in hand, and he said, "No, I want to keep this fish." So there's the prime example of he thought that fish was worth a lot more money, as did someone else. Is what it is.
That one, Carl. Was it Carl? Was it? No, it wasn't. It was Greg. I'll do that one as well. Some of the auctions just drag out too long, waiting for an extra bid. All auctions should have a set time or less if interest in the fish has stalled.
I think that's up to the people doing the auction, isn't it?
I was just going to say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. But it doesn't necessarily make it right, does it?
Well, I don't know how to go with that.
It's fucking true. I mean, Cal thinks that if it's taking too long, that they should wind it up quick.
No, the opinions, everyone's got an arsehole, but it's a good one. I don't know.
As he said, read my first comment, Craig put.
Yeah, no, I was trying to see where it was, and I spotted that one instead. But I just think I agree. I've watched lots of auctions, and there's lots of them that I thought, I don't agree with that. I think it'd be better if you did this, or it would be better if you did that. But to me, I'm not watching to see how or what I think they should be doing with the auction. I'm watching and I'm looking at them because I enjoy looking at fish, and I want to see if there's anything there that takes my fancy, or if I'm interested. And if there is, I'll bid. If there isn't, then I'll just watch it for the appreciation of looking at the fish.
Yeah, so just jump in. There's also a massive difference. Auctions that talk about the fish, it's a massive learning curve for people, isn't it? If someone breaks down a fish about sashi, kiwa, skin quality, body shape, pec fins, eye definition, the whole...
That's why I said the other day, but when we were doing an auction, because I personally thought there was 3 really nice fish from Aoki on there, and I thought these don't need talking up. They don't need talking up. So I put in a question about the fish instead for it to be discussed about, as opposed to building up the fish. Just spoke about the actual fish instead, as opposed to talking about how good this is, that is, and the other one. Just, just to mix it up a little bit, because I do think people come there for a little bit of education as well as other than
lots of people do, Gaz.
Yeah. But that's a bonus, isn't it? So if you can watch an auction and learn about a fish, maybe not win it, but you're
talking about Fuji. When I said that one night, jokingly, just dropped in. It sounds like you're talking a lot of waffle aircraft, but I've never heard of that, mate. I had never heard of that before. And there you go. That in itself was educational, wasn't it? For somebody or anybody out there that doesn't know it.
Gaz, that leads on to a perfect point, right? Crafty, I need to understand this. How was the shower, that show you sold from Yoshino, on your auction, bred from shower parents, but you said it's a Sankey from showers.
No, bred from a Sankey spawning.
It's not bred from a Sankey spawn. It was a shower.
It was.
It was
It
not.
was a shower. It fucking was, mate. That's come from very good source being the breeder.
Where's his other comment? What have I missed?
Mate,
It's the one above it, mate.
That
Where
was a shower bred from showers, mate. Me and Yoshino have to step outside on that one.
hey, what is up with you, girl?
But your logic for it was saying about the Tajami and the peck fins.
Tail.
Especially into the streaky tail, streaky pet fins.
If you get that in shower anyway, you don't always get Montenegro. I don't know. I wanted to
That's
argue.
That's a question. That's a question I posed, and that was the answer that I got
from Yoshino himself.
Yeah,
but he hasn't got any Sankey Dunichi parents.
I can't find
well, that's what he told me, mate.
I'm saying that of knowledge of absolute zero because I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm only going by what the dealer said, mate, because I asked that question because there was quite a large head of streaky finned fish. Like, why are we seeing that? Because I was only really seeing it predominantly in Yoshino's fish when we was going around selecting. And that's what he said. It's got Sankey in the spawn.
Is that? Have you just reposted that, Craig? Is that what I missed? How many dealers do you know who would say, enough, I'm happy, than rather continue to accept bits? Not many?
I would raise my hand, but I didn't. I'm going to have to be honest. No.
You're the only person I know that would genuinely say, enough's enough, stop, because I've seen you do it. You're the only person I know. But to me, I reckon that defeats the whole object of an auction.
How many dealers put the hammer down when they haven't reached what the coin's worth?
I know we do.
But yeah, I've sold loads of fish.
I'm not going to. I'm going to say I know that these fish that we should have gone for more didn't get what we expected and don't. 100%. Well, you just said it at the beginning tonight when you came on and he bought it. I mean, there's
Rick got that fish at just under cost.
Which one? The one I got from you, all right?
22 different breeds, 22 koi, 17 different farms, and 9 dealers.
That one you got from Ryan, yeah, that was fantastic one.
Well, that's part of an auction, to look out for stuff, and just sometimes there's no interest in it, so jump on.
But then that's weird, isn't it? Because when you get that really fucking fantastic koi, and it doesn't fetch the money, and then you get the one that we know is not necessarily fantastic, but whoosh, it goes through the roof. That's the bit that blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind.
Because people like different fish.
Absolutely.
And
Crafty, do you have a conscience?
Yes.
Really?
Just generally, do you?
Really?
I do, mate. Of course I do.
It says Crafty has a conscience. It's not do you have a conscience?
No,
I'll tell you.
He's making a statement. Crafty has a conscience. I asked if he has a conscience.
I'll tell you. When I first come into being a koi dealer, there was auctions running that had to be processed through dealerships, and a good customer of mine at the time, I was only just there. He purchased a Sakai Sankey that was about 14 cm and paid a huge amount of money for it. And when he turned up, it was in the bag. He went, "Holy fuck! I paid too much money for that."
Have I got the right comment now, Craig? Because you've got to bear in mind, mate, there's 498 comments that have come in here tonight. It's a bit difficult.
Crafty's just coming to a point of a story. I want to hear the end of it. His penis was so small in the bag.
Yeah, right. And he was like, "Fuck, I'm not." His words were, "I paid too much money for that. I'm not bidding on that auction." and that stuck with me. I was like, I don't want that to be me when my customers receive the fish. Yeah, the conscience comes from that. Learning what the receiving end of that part is. It wasn't my auction, but we was having to process them, and that's the bit that sat with me. I don't ever want my customers to feel that they've overpaid for something when they've received the goods, because let's face it, when videos and pictures are produced, and we all say don't. This is the other bit that blows my. Don't buy from pictures. Always look at a video, but we should all go and look at the fish in the ponds before we choose them. And then we see so many people in like that again. This is the flip side of the coin. If you're able to do, but then we're then selling to Scotland, which is like fucking 7 hours away. There's never a one cap fits all. But if you can, do. And that's the bit that I never want to find myself in, when someone receives a fish and go, man, you fucking well overcharged me for that. And then you have to have that difficult conversation, and then you lose
I
that
should give you a call tomorrow, mate. We're going to have that difficult conversation.
Okay, mate.
I'm only taking piss.
You ain't paid for none of your fish off crafted. They've all been gifted.
I think you're wrong.
Which one have you bought?
Benny Kiko, you bombed. It's not growing. I'm disappointed.
Because you don't fucking feed it.
Loads of sumis come up on it, and all Benny's being smothered.
There you go.
Well, that's because you don't look after your fish properly, mate.
Shouldn't use the sumi inducing food.
So when your customer comes slightly disappointed, what you will do is hit them with the sales pattern and tell them where they went wrong.
No, it's when it turns up, Gaz, isn't it? That's what happened to me. It was in the bag when them words were spoken. See, I thought I never want to be that person.
I want to be the dealer that says, "Well, your filters ain't good enough. Buy a new filter."
Yeah, and right. Let me show you where you're going wrong. You need one of them. Need one of them. Need one of them.
And treat it with some medication just in case.
Well, can I say something without you thinking I'm being a bitch? Because I'm not being a bitch. The principles of what you've got and what you set up and what you're saying with an auction, all right, we have a level of agreement, disagreement. But then you've set up another function within your business of your business plan, which encourages people to buy tickets to purchase something, which is, again, the likelihood is most of those people ain't going to ever fucking get out, but that one lucky winner will. That don't bother you, the conscience of all those other people being disappointed?
Absolutely not, because the fish that are being sold are about £200 cheaper than what going cost is.
I think what he's saying is to get the winner filter machine thing. I don't even know what they're called anymore. The drum.
The drum filter thing, yeah.
But what's mad, everyone seems to win. I'm not being funny.
Yeah, I know. But isn't that the same with an auction? It's a win. And if they win by giving it that extra 20, 30, 40, 50 quid, more than what you think's the going rate, it's still a win.
Well, that's just.
But it's a competition, isn't it?
So's the auction. It's a competition against the other people you're competing against, bidding up.
Oh.
Is it not?
We're going into realms. No, our competition's better because when you do thumbs up, you're in with a chance of winning without paying any more.
That's not a competition.
No, that's not a competition. That's 10 people showing a level of interest.
That's a random selection of the amount of people that want to buy it. Only one lucky person gets to take it. No competition.
All right, that's lucky because we haven't got the legit.
You don't have to play, do you? To win it. Well, you don't have to bid on the fish that you don't like, or if you think it's too expensive. I mean, for every argument, there's a counter argument.
There really is. There is.
And it doesn't make it right or wrong, Kraft. I'm not meaning in any
No,
way.
I know you're not, mate.
You're right in what you're saying, as well as what Rick's saying. I mean, there's 3 different opinions, and out of all of them, You two
There's no-
guys take some, and I don't. I mean, I don't take a single penny out of any of what I'm involved in. It's not in that.
Neither do I.
No.
Well, I don't, mate. I'm
Yeah,
an employee like
What
you
are
are.
we doing?
right?
Well, we all
like
are. Right?
Rick is.
We're all in- we're all
Absolutely.
employees.
We don't own it, do we?
No.
You know, we're just doing a job.
Do you know what's mad, right? Carl today went, I think we should give something back. Every 10th fund we get on something, we should give 5 kilos of food out. I'm like, fucking hell.
No,
What? Because, yeah, we'll give something back. And I'm like, well, we're giving fish away cheaper than cheap.
I think,
Some more food.
as Dave said there, I think they do have the places myself, because if you can't,
but auctions do have a place. Of course they do.
if you can't travel length and width, like you were saying, from people up in Scotland, travel length and width to get down there to shop to buy it. If they paid an extra £100 more than what you would be in shop, would it cost them that to travel down there and back to get it? If they wanted to come to you, for example, or Rick, even more.
Yeah.
We're all missing the point of it's not the person that wins the fish, it's the entertainment that people, 100 people watching auction are being entertained for fuck all. Isn't it?
Yes.
How much do you
I
pay
agree.
to go see a show or go and do something? You're not paying to watch this. All right, we're not entertaining a lot of people, but we could be if we tried harder.
If we tried.
But to be fair, you watch an auction and you're being entertained for half an hour, whatever. Innit? So you're entertaining those people and they're getting to know your business, your mentality, your whatever about you. So they might become a customer or not. Just from that auction or just from that social media encounter. Because this is part of life now. This is
A gentleman that he bid on one of our auctions. I'd have never met him. Had he not come down to come pick up his fish, I'd have never met him. So I mean,
Did you sell him any more when he was there?
Did I sell him any more when he was there? No, mate, we're not open to public. So he comes to collect. He came down, collected his fish at car park, and away he went. But we did have an interaction. We did have a chat. We did have a
He's
talk.
lovers now. He's his lover.
It was really nice to meet him. And he told us he watched and he's hearing comments tonight talking about it. And he did say it was nice to meet us.
But that's the whole point of interaction that you don't get in a certain way, isn't it? Why are we doing this?
Because we love it.
Because we're interacting with people that like to keep koi, and we'll talk about all sorts of other shit. But generally, everyone watching this, all 12 of them, like fish, and then middle-aged men that are really lonely.
I mean, to be fair, all we're bringing to the table is what people talk about.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like this, mate. Because if, let's say, for example, if we weren't doing it live and we had a get together every Thursday night, this is the same shit we'd be chewing over, and it'd be the same things we were talking about. It's no different. It's real. It's as it is. There's no airs and graces. If you want to tell me you think I'm talking out the arse, you can, and we do, and that's been,
Absolutely.
we do exactly. But that's the best bit about it. It's not your fault you're always wrong.
Well, I think it's only my fault, mate. No, but it's like, it's we put on the table what we hear. And at the end, look how many comments come in and look how many difference of opinion there is. And that only proves that there is no right or wrong way.
I think we should do this one. That sounds like a belting idea. Auctions with singing. I'm not so sure about the dancing. Auctions with singing and Crafty can do the dance.
After about 10,
What
12
will
nights,
happen, we'll get Seska on and we'll have a dance off.
There we go.
we'll do it at the National. We'll all get to the National. I've got to take Aaron's wife out for a quick drink.
I'll tell you what, mate. We Ryan and I met up on Tuesday, and He took me to this little fucking spooky house in the middle of a field. It was an ice cream parlour and a brie, melted brie and cranberry sandwich, and he had some rare bit in banging. And then I was like, "Yeah, we'll have the bill." It's like, "No, fuck that. We'll have some pudding, ginger cake and custard." Oh, die for, man. It
You
cost me
will
a
with
bomb
that.
and
You're
all.
fucking after a McDonald's, your heart must be fucking shot.
There we go. Ryan can do the dancing. He does.
I've
like
seen his
doing that.
dancing, mate. Like
It's
Peter
the-
Crouch doing the robot, mate.
It's the Uncle Knobhead dance, isn't it? Is when he comes across the dance floor, you know he's on the move. That's it. He's off.
I can dance, like really dance.
The mask
I reckon.
auction.
Right. Anyway, let's hang on. We got some money in a charity pot. This is just sat there now, gone
Right.
to shit. So why can't we have like a dance off one night? Like when we're all together at the National, we could have like a 20-minute who can do the best dancing in front of everyone, because that'd be really embarrassing.
While we're on about that,
Couldn't we? A dance off.
the National. Oh, what's that do that? That's
Why did that do that? You pointed at it.
on me like I was mental, innit? Dealers have already received their invitations to the National. I've had confirmation back that we'll be attending.
Bonus. And the
I'm
paper.
assuming,
I like the way,
I'm
that, I like the way
assuming
they've done the 6 winners can attend. Whatever.
have they
it's
done
6
that, have they?
winners. And then the patrons get first dibs.
Yeah.
So there. And the dealer stands are fucked off. The dealer show bit's gone.
Yeah, that's gone, yeah. Which I'm not happy with.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there's more people that want to show their coin.
Hang about.
Absolutely.
Why one back a bit? What's gone? What's come? What's not there anymore?
Well, you've all got to dance to get you got to do a little jig to get your stand. So the 6 major winners are automatically given a place if they want it.
They've been invited, yeah, as a
And
tick
the
in box.
patrons, the people that voted for the show to continue or whatever, automatically get first dibs on the vats to show, which is right, isn't it? Is that not right? I think it's right. Could be right. And then the dealer bit, the 6 vats that have dealer fish in, the dealer show has been
There's
sacked.
10 vats, I think.
10 vats, whatever it is, because there's too many people that want to show their fish in the hobbyist bit. So that bit's stacked off again.
Yeah, so dealers show's been given a. That's one thing I really look forward to. As a dealer, I can't show, and
But you're there as the dealer, show your fish and make them fucking good.
no, but as a dealer, I'd like to show. I'd like to have that little bit of competition as a dealer.
Then everyone's involved in the hobby that wants to show their fish that can't because they're involved in the hobby needs to have an open show where they can. Surely, if the National is to show the best hobbyist fish in the country, that's what it is for. Yeah. Maybe I misheard that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
I don't.
Don't you? If you got the best fish at the show last year, you should get a vat. And if you supported the show, you should be the first to get a vat.
I'm going to reserve judgment because I always put foot in mouth, don't I? It's like, but for me, it needs to be a first come, first serve base.
Yeah, but it is from that point on. So the patrons are first come, first serve as patrons, and then those left over are first come, first serve. How else do you make it fairer than that? If you go just basic first come, first served, then technically you might not get the best fish at the best show. It's a difficult one to call.
You know, I
I
don't know
think
if there's a right answer.
In my head, the dealers thing should be at the last show of the year in Birmingham, where they do the young junior koi show, is open they do a section that's open to anyone that wants to show fish. Period. Breeders, dealers, farmers, whatever. Show your best koi. There's a section. It doesn't matter if you're the chairman of the BKKS, defunct, whatever, or a breeder or whatever. Somewhere that if Adam Beyer wants to show his best fish, and I want to show my best fish, and you want to show your best fish, and a hobbyist wants to show his best fish, everyone's open. Let's just see the best fish. Done.
Oh, mate, Rocket Boy can sing and dance and play the guitar at the same time. He is proper.
Rocket Boys is probably the only person I've ever met that's been on stage with Freddie Mercury. Done fucking Live Aid or Band Aid or whichever one it was. The plaster or I don't know which one.
Smashed hotel rooms up and shit. Proper rock and roll. But to go back to that question you pulled up, mate.
Yeah, that one.
Something will come out very shortly, but just to drop it in, I'm going to be putting out a WhatsApp group or via Facebook Messenger to get them through two groups.
Yeah, everybody to send them all into.
And I'm hoping to try and get everything back by the deadline will be the 1st of April, but I know there'll be stragglers. By the 1st of April, that should be the last little bit to get another centimetre.
And what would you like?
Videos.
What, a 10-second video? Make sure you don't
I
just
want
say
to be
video.
specific, right?
Don't say
Yeah.
video.
You know because you've been on the receiving.
You don't want a
end, right?
2-hour video of a fish swimming round and round and round.
Well, I don't mind. I'll just only watch a little portion of it. But yeah, it'll be like a 30-second video, no more.
No, you don't want still shots because they're much better than still shots.
Tony just put in something there as well. I think the dealer's show has been suspended for this show, not permanently. And Alan Tate's put in there correct, Tony. So it's not a permanent thing, it's just on this particular occasion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't. Well, I'm a bit disappointed because I like that part. If they bring it back, well, good. If they don't, I'll get it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you've got hobbyists that want to show they can't get that, surely they've got to come first because it's a hobbyist show.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I'm saying I get it, but it's still disappointing, nevertheless.
But you've got like a whole tent to show your best shit.
No, that's for selling shit.
No, but you could also have a vat just showing your best shit. And put price tags on and say, these are my best shit. There will be all the shit in there.
Yeah.
Lee Oliver, question: is the National the biggest koi show, or is the Newark show going to overtake it? That's not
the National's much bigger.
The National's the biggest koi show because it's got more koi on show, as in show vats.
I believe, and don't quote me, I'm trying to pull this out of memory banks. I think there's
90
vats. 60 vats at the National, and I think...
No, 90.
90 at the National?
Yeah.
Alan will tell us. I think
90.
it's 60.
No,
I think
90.
it's 60. It's 60, man, I swear. And Great British was 35 off the top of my head.
But the question is it going to overtake it? Who knows?
No, because it can't fit in that shed. Unless you make
exactly. You won't get it to expanding any bigger in that shed, would you? If it were going to go to it'd have to go into a different area, wouldn't it? That's as big as it can get. Unless you took that dividing middle wall out and had less sales there.
Yep.
Surely if the National is our biggest event, then the dealers should be at the National at this, as it's some of the country's biggest dealers. So it's
they are there. The dealers are allowed. The dealers are at the National, but they can't. The 6 or 10 bats they can't use as a show dealer bat.
Crafty. Have an auction at the National.
Not allowed.
The National have an auction at the National.
That was a
Yeah,
quick
but that's for the national.
No, but the BKS don't exist anymore, so that's non-funked or defunct, non-funked. That's a good word.
non-funct defunct.
So yeah, if you make sure half the money goes back to the show, you can keep the other half. Whilst giving 20%.
There could be. So you got me mind ticking there.
They always did. So Mike always donated a load of fish for the national for the BKS, didn't he? And maybe he will again for the new one. I don't know.
Yeah, exclusive have done it for the nationals.
Yeah, it's difficult. There is something that you could do live there. But that'd have to be a YouTuber.
They're not allowed, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Of course they are.
How can you stop someone walking around filming?
Well, they can't, can they? But I mean, they'd like to.
But all right, I'm going to put a cat amongst the pigeons, right? Because I like cats and pigeons. You can walk around, Gaz, right, as a YouTuber, and go from the very first dealer stand, go bowl up a fish, and go, right, this fish is whatever. You could sell it on YouTube live to try and make more money for that fish from that dealer. Boom, done. And then you go to the next one. You could go right around the national selling fish for the dealer with a 10% commission for you. I'm just messing about, but you could. There's no. Why couldn't you? You could go to Coastal Core and go, right, here's this fish, amazing shower, blah blah blah. Who's bidding on this? It's £1,000. Blah blah blah. It sells for 1,500 quid. You get a little bung of 20 quid. They sell their fish. Advertising, lovely jubbly. They're
the next day.
The ones dealing with the customer. You have advertised it. You go to the next one. What? Why couldn't you do that?
Well, you could.
It's just an advertising tool for the whole thing, isn't it? These fish are available here.
Come on down.
What he's saying is have dealers put their own show fish in their own tent, and then the judges go round to the tent. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea, isn't it?
Mate, I'm full of great ideas. Just no one knows.
No, you are, mate. Just when you've had a beer.
But is that not all those people that can't attend the national? It's not just about the fish that are being shown. It's about all the fish that are being sold. You could go, this is fish from here, this fish from here, this fish from here. Look at these fish, blah, blah, blah.
I thought what you were saying there is I should buy a fish and then sell the fish.
No,
make a bit more commission, move on to the next fish, buy a better fish, move on to the next fish, and see if you could like swap and exchange it right till they get to the last one and have a £4,000 fish.
You could. That wasn't where I was going. I'm just literally saying you could go and you could advertise this.
I won't mean it for me. I mean,
if they want to do it, if they're going like, we've come here and we're going to show our best stock, and here's a fish for this money. Put it out there to all these people that can't be here for whatever reason. Because, I don't know, could be a nonsense idea, but it could be a good idea.
I think that would be a good idea, mate, to do what you've suggested there first. Oh, Rick, quick question. When does the gas wads the gas wads tickets go on sale?
I might start calling them the Gareth tickets. I don't know.
What actually? Do you know what you're doing yet? What variety are you doing? Is it being decided?
We're going to do the DK, NK, YP, you do. So we're going to cross it because I wasn't 100% happy with what we got. So I want my money back, Crafty. After buying the fish from you and growing them and breeding them, I'm not 100% happy with the outcome. So
I'll give you a number to someone you can ring to that gives a fuck.
That's another phone call at Morning Craft.
So
that's all right, mate. Like I said, I'll give him a number so he can call someone that really gives a fuck.
The female that's won Crafty's event, prize still coming.
Still there.
That must be out of date, that bag of food.
Got a new bag for you.
All right. So
Asaki Akari shipments due imminently, I was told today.
So the female that won the Grow and Show event is going to be crossed with an Omasako Ginrin I've got to make Omasako DK MY NND KK whatever, and then I'm going to grade the black fry out. So there's only 100 places, and I think we're probably already on it. 50 fry, but they'll already be cold to the black fry, so everyone's getting 50 black based Ginrin, DK, NND, Fry that will all become
SSB.
black and white heroes. I've really, it's going to be a nightmare.
Mate, I look forward to seeing the results from that.
So yeah, so the plan is there'll be 100 people involved, 50 fry each, but that's a lot of.
Yeah, that's a lot of work to do to get it to that
I've probably
stage.
got to go through 15,000 fish to get the 5,000 sellable fish.
Make sure you don't get Rocket Boy separating the blacks out though. won't you?
Don't start. Poor Rob, don't.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
Say that again. She loves Rocket Boy. Do not mess with Rocket Boy.
Who's going to be judging?
I haven't bred them yet, mate. Come on. Literally, they're not even born.
Right, okay, so I'm just going to take you back to when you was plugging the grind show. Now I'm giving you loads of shit. Who's going to be judging? How many videos do you want? Do you want updates?
No, we're literally, I'm sending them out. I don't want to see them again until
the end.
One fish. It's all come back. So they take the one fish comes back. That's it. And
One fish.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that you don't see anything else, so you can't be swayed.
I don't want no shit. I just literally, they're gone. And then everyone, all 100 people return one video and photo.
What? And you don't want to see no progress reports, nothing throughout the group.
My phone's
No
dead.
updates,
I
nothing.
can't cope with any more shit.
Vince says he does updates, mate. Vince, you kill all your fucking growing showfish.
No, he doesn't kill them. We've got one left.
Oh, I think. Okay, at least you know which one you're entering.
You know what? The one fish he's got left, I reckon, will take a prize at the national. That's mad. He has got one from 2 years, and I reckon it will. If he takes it to the national, I think it'll win a prize.
Really?
It's
Looking forward to seeing that.
Mega kin shower. He's got a nice fish.
Good lad. The only one that survived. It's the strongest one.
It wasn't through grading.
No, mate, self-sieved. That's fucking great, isn't it? That's how well you've trained your spawns, Rick.
Is that
Just how
from,
many-
is
how
that
good
from the
was he
Welsh
at?
Dragons? One left out from the Welsh Dragons.
No. From the
Is that the batch before that ended up getting boiled up?
guys. All right. He killed
No,
him.
that's what happened, didn't it? I'm not meaning it in a bad way, but that's what happened, didn't it? Or something, didn't
The,
something need to go wrong or something? And
the kin showers from the year before.
yeah.
He's got a banging kin shower from that lot.
Wow. Did he? How well did he do? How well did you do, Vince, in the Welsh Dragons?
Did Matt Howe get any kin shower?
No. Oh, what, when he was out in Japan?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. He went to Tanaka, didn't he?
Yeah, there was I can't remember what the dealer was. I never managed to get in there. He said nothing was ready, so I was gutted because I was looking forward to getting my mitts on now.
I need another wee. It's something to do with the bladder.
Bladder.
Oh,
Get a bag. Just get a bag under the table, mate.
This can't be right. All those people that voted against the BKKS have been kicked out now as well.
No, that's not true.
I'm going to say Lee Oliver.
No, there was.
Oh, it was. You're right, Vince. It was Dave. It was his heat that it was Dave's that got boiled. Didn't something happen with
I'll
yours?
take it back, Vince. I thought Vince. Something on the feeder went wrong and fucked all the water up or something.
Yeah, I thought something had happened on Vince's, and I knew somebody's got boiled. It was Dave's. You're right. It was Dave's.
What was you just saying? Oh, no, BKKS, no. So when the vote went out, they had a record number of people actually vote. And the people that voted against had the option of taking their cut of money or transferring it through. I think there was literally a handful in comparison. They didn't get kicked out.
I know. I'm sure something happened with Vince's because Susan contacted him because there was something wrong with him. I'm sure he did. Oh, that is Fry. That is Fry that he grew on from his own spawning. Can't remember. Well then, ladies and gents, have we got any more topics or anything else that we'd like to have a natter and a chat about?
Been a right old discussion, isn't it?
It hasn't it? There was some fat chewed there, that was for sure. Back in 2003, my mate went to Japan with £50 and came back with free
500.
Sorry, £500 and came back with free koi. Shipping was $270. Then what he got for his money was amazing. Where has it gone wrong? Breeders gone greedy and dealers been greedy. Mate, right back in 2003, I could fill my tank up in my car for 29 quid.
Mate, when I passed my test, it was a £5 to fucking get half a tank.
Can I ask the question? Who goes to Japan with 500 quid? Doesn't even buy you dinner in your hotel.
We had that conversation the other night, Rick, as well, didn't we?
Oh,
100
shit,
quid.
Back then, 500 quid didn't just get you 4 bags or 2.5 bags of shopping, did it, when you went into your local supermarket? But I mean, you can go in there now and do a month's shop and it costs you 500 quid. I think they call it inflation, Lee. It's like back in 2003, did you used to charge as much as what you do now to swing a door as what you did then? I bet.
What's that mean? What's swing a door mean?
Hang a door.
Oh, okay.
Screw the screws in on a hinge.
Chuck your hinges into your door, chuck your hinges into your frame, screw them in. But I bet he didn't charge the same price as back there in 2003 as what he does now. Or are you just getting greedy, Lee?
And now, looking at inflation, that would come back, 500 quid would come back at £1,026.16.
The 16p makes all the difference.
Oh, that's a deal breaker, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? The 16p. Well, okay, 16p too much, I'm not having it. It's overpriced. There you go.
It's doubled in that time then.
As Rick says, it's all relevant, Lee.
You go to Japan with 1,000 quid, but you're buying a banging little toes, aren't you? That's potentially going to be Azakari, and then you're gonna pay a percentage of the box price to get it shipped back.
Right. So the first time I went was 2004, and I brought our original Goshki parent, Sanzai, from Kawakami, who no one ever visited because he was a pisshead, and his place was a shitstorm, and he did the best Goshki I've ever seen. That when I went out there and saw, and it was 150 quid for his Sanzai, plus shipping. Now, 150 quid wouldn't buy a fin of his toe tie because his son has got the brains. Literally.
Yeah, but that's what happens, isn't it, mate? It's like there's been more demand since 2003 in Japan for koi. So,
yeah, but if a breeder gets known for a variety and suddenly they promote it, so they went from his little fish house and the Goshki, suddenly Narita went, these are the best Goshki in Japan, I'm buying them. And they've suddenly got a new fish house down on the road, and the son's like, let's market them. And not only does the quality get better because they're pushing it, but the advertising, and suddenly everyone wants them. And those fish are...
And there you go. Kobayashi this year is Nisai were in comparison to last year.
I love that just down. It's blanked out when you swear.
I didn't swear.
It's just blanked out when you got.
Yeah, it's Kobayashi Nisai in comparison to last year was 3 to 4 times as much.
But that's demand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's demand.
3 to 4 times more this year than last year.
Yeah.
He's got a new greenhouse to pay for, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it's also got a lot more demand because Aragoki have become so fan favourites.
Yeah.
Not for the judges. Alan's
Not
gonna
for the
be-
judges.
Alan's
No,
quit.
Mr. Tate don't want to see any, does it? He doesn't want. So, for all those that are going to compete this year, may I ask you all to do me a huge favour? I would love to walk around and look at loads of Aragoki fish in there, in those vats, for people to have a look at and for judges to judge. Let's make it a thing. Let's make it happen. Let's have lots of Aragoki koi at the koi shows this season.
Glenn's gonna fucking batter you, mate.
Leave you go Sankey at home. We know we don't like any Yamabukis, so don't bring any of them. But just
No
bring out
Shiro, just all
Aragoki.
proper
Yeah,
Aragoki
Aragoki.
Mukashi ghosties.
yeah, that's so. See, Vince is down for it. Come on, that's it.
All Vince has got. Bloody joking, Vince. Spill your beans, mate. I'm just winding you up.
I think they offer a nice, refreshing change for something different to look at in your pond. But I will be honest. For me, they've got to be a little bit something special to them because I do think a lot of them are pretty run of mill. I like the. There's been a few that we've had at work and a few that we've had in those auctions, and a few of those have been particularly different in scalation and patterns and colours. But I'd like to see some more colour in them rather than just the blacks and the metallic silvery.
Oh, cheers, guys! You're leading into the crazy red and white, the crazy yellow and black,
Just a little bit of a wow to them, a bit more. Yeah, bit of
the
spunk
scarlet rockets,
exactly that.
crimson
Yeah.
stars. Oh, mate, you wait till you see them.
Mate, if they're as good as they sound, I shall be having one.
I'm going to be sending them out everywhere.
All over the world. What? Why?
But why?
Want to see scales in vats? See, he actually, Mr. Tate didn't like it when I turned around and said that I prefer Deutsch. Because he said it spent years and years and years for developing the perfect koi with the perfect scalation for you to come along and remove them all, guys. I think everybody's different, though, aren't they? Everybody likes something different about koi, and I think that's what makes it all much more interesting. That we're not all the same. We don't all like the same thing.
Well,
Life
there
would
you
be
go.
boring if we all like the same thing, mate.
Wouldn't it? I totally agree.
Who wants a marathon 4-step kahaku?
With the best Kiwasashi,
No, I mean,
belly plate,
I would
Shiroji,
have
body
one.
shape, and
But imagine that marathon 4-step kahaku Aragoki.
No, don't see. This is where it goes right. It doesn't work.
Yeah, but I'm just
It does
saying
work.
it'd be nice if it did.
There's something about that. The step type patterns don't work with Aragoki, but the linear patterns really do. So in my great scheme of things, I've got that nailed.
and I've got some great linear scaled Aragoki.
On it.
They will
Yeah.
always red. There you go.
See, I
will.
did, last year I did some Ginrin Aragoki showers, mate, and they are really good.
Mark, you'd have one. You'd have one because you needed one because everybody else would be buying them. So you'd have to have one.
What have you got, Rick? Good shower Aragoki, did you say?
Yeah, so I did some Ginrin Aragoki show, and they are.
This question for you then: Sumi development in an Aragoki koi, does it work the same as what it would in a normal Wagoi?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it doesn't change, but it's just the Aragoki makes it messy.
Yeah.
So when you like the Marizona. So when you get Sashi and Kiwa, so the Kiwa, when it starts running around scale, it goes a mess. When you got Aragoki, it doesn't work.
Looks
It gets messy.
a lot harsher. Yeah. Well, I suppose it's more amplified, isn't it?
It's more amplified and it goes wrong a lot easier than it. It's more unstable in that. Yeah. But in the linear varieties, it works an absolute treat.
Single colours. It's all about the single colours. Appreciate all koi, but single colours for me. I could get that, mate.
But for me, single colours are much better in just Wagoi.
Yes.
I don't think single colours work in any other format. Deutsch with no scales, it doesn't really work. And
it's like a Deutsch Benigoi doesn't look as nice as a Benigoi.
Yeah, I mean,
a giant goat. I mean, who in the right mind in first place would buy a Benigoi?
Someone that wants an orange fish with black spots. I don't know.
I think Guns, you fucking had it both guns tonight, son. And from Dainichi, just to fucking rub salt in the wound.
Yeah,
I've never seen. Have you ever seen a Dainichi Benigoi that hasn't got black spots?
No,
yes,
personally.
No.
My own personal one ended up with black spots everywhere on it.
Colin Holland had one off me that hasn't got any shimmers.
Lee Oliver's got one that's not got no shimmers on it. That was a nice one. In fact, there's two other people at my work. Sorry, not at my work, but two other people that have got them at my work, and they've both got two Wagoi. Excuse me, and they're spotless. They're really nice, to be fair. So a bit smaller than what Lee's was, but very nice examples. Also, Benigois. We've got some. We actually have just got some Benigois in, but when you look at the old vat, it looks. When you get a fish in a bag and sometimes or in a bowl or in a net, and they start to bleed from gills, and you get that red tinge to your water. Well, these Benigois are that bright and vibrant. It looks like there's a red tinge to water. It's weird. You kind of got to look twice. Yeah, brilliant bright goldfish.
But it's one of those. Again, it's the same thing. Certain varieties look good. Some look good in Ginrin. Some look good in Deutsch. Some look good in Aragoki. So just some don't work. Single coloured.
Oh, it's not video.
A good Chagoi looks better.
Is it not a video, Gus?
No, that's still that one.
Oh, it's nearly Formula One season.
Mate, don't.
Here we go. Meow. Meow.
Oh, is it the electric ones?
No, they're dual. They're hybrid motors, aren't they?
It just doesn't seem right, does it? That oomph behind the engine. Did you break it?
Ones need like playing cards taped to the wheels, whatever.
Like you used to put them in your, so they rattled on your spokes.
So you can hear them going past. Have to change the cards every 4 laps or something.
Is it coming?
Yeah, hopefully.
Is this the particular goldfish?
All of them.
All the gold.
Oh, that's better. We shall share this, and then we're going to bring it to an end.
We're going to shut it down.
We are.
Good.
What's wrong with them?
Nothing at all, mate. That's nice.
Absolutely stunning.
I like the Gin Rim one.
Yeah, that's the one I bought. Yeah, insane body.
And the reason why, for me, crafting more than the other two is I like the white tips to the tail and the pectorals, and it's more in that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I liked as well. There's also the selling point to me is when he flipped them over at Yamaguchi. Pure orange belly, not white belly, which you can get as well.
And they're from what is Kahaku line?
Didn't ask actually.
Oh,
I'll message him and ask him actually.
that's Lee Oliver's one that he got, and that's from Yamaguchi Craft. Same.
Yeah,
region.
I know it is, mate. Yeah, I remember that as a Tozai for it went into the mud ponds. That's lovely and all, isn't it?
I love the Sankey.
Yeah, I love the mate. But mate, single colour fish are ace. And when you get a nice big one, they look fucking fantastic in your hand. I'm gonna bowl the fish up that I got from you, Rick. That I've got in my own personal pond here.
I don't know what you got in your personal pond there.
You'll see. One of them has changed massively. It looks fucking bizarre, mate. Awesome looking fish.
There's a question: are shimmies genetic or environment?
Bit of both.
I'm going to say genetic.
Bit of both.
I'd say it's genetic. 90% genetic and can be brought out with a bit of environmental tweaking. But yeah.
All right. Majority genetic.
Majority, yeah. Like 90%.
Yeah, majority.
Yeah, but it's one of them, mate. Certain lines, like Kahakus, you get certain lines of Kahakus that do not throw any shimmies, and others that do.
So the Momotaro Kahaku that I had a few years ago, I've not seen anything come back with a shimmy on it. And the ones that I got from Matsue, fucking shimmy heaven, man.
Yeah, we stopped using the Matsue ones. The amount of probably 10 parents we bought from Matsue, and only one that's in Matt's pond is even remotely all right. There's just not there for it.
From what I've seen, Marek bought one of those off me, and his has not got anything on it. Then we don't live far away from each other as well, so like I bought her.
It's difficult, though, isn't it? Because they're tied together, don't they? So Benny and Sumi, you get the best Sumi and Shiros when there's a bit of Benny involved. Not necessarily visible, but it's kind of
there
in there. It layers up the colour to make it better. So I don't know, but there's certain lines of Kahakus we've had. Matsue, one of the worst. A cowl, amazing, no issue at all. Matsue, shimmy. Every parent, every offspring, just nightmare. And it ruins it. And if you spend 3 years growing a fish, only to then develop something that we're not going to cut out or deal with, it's not worthless, but it might as well be, because it's now worth less than it was as a Tozai.
Yeah, that's the one thing that really annoys me when you've got that really nice fish like a tancho or a Kahaku that then just that one fucking shimmy just totally devalues it.
It's a good signal, isn't it? Mr. Oliver knows all about that. Anyway, ladies and gents, Crafty and Rick, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Usual thing, guys. You've been enjoying this kind of content, discussions, and all. Do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. And until next week, guys, keep smiling and we'll catch you on the next one. perfectaquaticscompetitions.co.uk.
GKP for discount.
Secret plug, isn't it?
There.
Plug in
Secret.
Good night.
Three,
Are we,
two, one.
are we shut down?
No, he ain't played that outro thing that goes on for 10
So what?
minutes.
This has been one hell of an experience.
Have a look at that.
New change in the garden. Made a little seated area. Into the little bush. So you can sit inside. Enjoy the pond.